sorted, and you guys sort of walk out to part ways. As you leave the keep with the rescue ponies, you see an elderly zebra pony sitting on the ground outside. He has his eyes closed and he's making strange humming sound.
Which side are we? I think we're leaving from the main gate, you mean?
Yes, the main gate.
Okay. Well,
Have
let's
we
see.
met him before?
Yes, he has striking similarities to the zebra you found standing on his head.
Lucky Break will say, "Oh, hello."
He will open one eye and look at you all and goes, hello again. What brings you this way?
Lucky Break will say, business mostly. Had some stuff to take care of on behalf of. Oh God, my eyes are itching and interfering with me talking because allergies, I guess. Ugh, sorry.
There's no zebra out here.
He will say, business mostly. We got sent this way to help the general with some things, and so we investigated some here and there.
As you explain to him, obviously why you're here and stuff, he will get to his hooves and goes, "Oh, who are these four individuals?" As he comes over to introduce himself to Dawn Rising, Night Blessing, Luxon, as well as other one who, who's not. Oh, yeah, you right over there. Daffodil Blooming. He will introduce himself as. I've got to remember his name.
And the GM forgets the name.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
I do it all the time, so.
He introduces himself as Faz. He is a seeker of the One Herd. A myth. He says he is a mythic and an oracle.
Out of
A
character,
what?
why does that name sound familiar?
A mystic and an oracle. Mystic. Yeah. And he's interested in knowing, basically, their four names and basically what they're doing out here. As when he finds that they are turf tribes, it will.
I believe we somewhat explained why we were out here to the group.
And you'll probably find that you repeat a lot of information that was shared last week to the Fazban. Sorry, to Faz. And he will notice that some of you may be hurt. I say some. I think the only two people who were hurt have basically driven away.
Yeah, Mecha and Zero were the only two that were somewhat injured. Everyone else has been taken back to full.
Yep. I've been healed up, but Zero's still
No.
banged up.
Well,
But he's been he's left with the penguin.
Okay, so one moment. I can just do the 4. 1 moment. Let me do the die roll. Let's see, 3.
well, he won't offer you any magical healing then.
There you go. 9 back.
Not that Zero can be healed the traditional way. You straight up like a exactly, yeah.
Well, just go to Temple of Blaze and have them try to blaspheme with matters, and he'll be good as new.
But yes, he'll just basically go over and get to know the Turfs tribes themselves, and he will turn around and said that he had a number of visions that led him to sit here and wait.
I thought that name sounded familiar.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. Ugh.
Do you remember Fazban?
Yes, I remember Fazban.
Yeah,
There are lots of things I remember about that
Well,
set.
Hubert
That
will
game.
say, "Oh, interesting."
Well, he
And-
thanked you for the information, and he will ask basically the tribes more about them, their names, their parents' names, and that type of thing. So that's the sort of stuff he seems to be interested in.
He's interrogating them.
I wouldn't say interrogating, more polite conversation.
he's still
Polite interrogating.
he's being Canadian.
Sorry.
So you mentioned visions. Like, can
What
you
kind of
elaborate beyond just a vague and very nondescript term?
You're asking Fazban to not give you a vague and nondescript term? What are you talking about?
I mean, is that not the definition of visions?
No, visions are a matter of something you experience, and you can't put such to words. Vision is helpfully for you, vague, unhelpfully for most other people in the same fashion.
Well, I saw a hill, I saw a ruined fort, and I had a drive to come here.
Hubert nods.
Seems like a reasonable vision to me.
Yeah.
And there was no originator of the impetus.
I do not question the gods in their messages.
Tisk,
Okay,
tisk,
and
tisk, tisk.
the fact that this, with the sounds from within, are you are all zebra this way.
I do not know many other zebras. I must say.
From Mecca's very limited experience, yes. Being Mecca's experience with zebras is this particular zebra, and that's it.
I did see a mechanical device flying away at high speeds with what appears to be one of your companions.
Oh yes, he had pressing matters to deal with, so we were not going to bother him with minute details when he has much to look forward to, and many sleepless nights.
Yes,
He's still alive.
If he's still alive.
Now, I just realized when Penguin gets back to where he's heading, he'll probably drop off Zero. Or Zero will probably wander off to his usual place, and my employee Bubble Wrap will see it and like, okay, what the heck did he do to Zero? Get him in that condition. Because Zero's never been this banged up before, at all.
I'm gonna pause
Those dogs
to
were lucky.
relish in the fact that he's called Bubble Wrap.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna name my employee.
Okay, I like that actually.
We met Faz outside the fortress, right? Or the fort.
Yes, you're just outside. Yeah, so I mean, he's basically just out here. I could drag you all out. Nah.
That's fine.
Okay.
AKA your GM's being lazy.
He is. It's Easter Sunday, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he politely chats and after he seems satisfied with what with talking with you, he will wish you a good day, and he will head off on his travels.
The impression that Claire got of him?
what were you trying to work out?
See if he had any like an ulterior motive, or if he was being relatively open about his presence and why he was being there. Sort of trying to get a read on him.
Okay. You don't get a sense of there was any ulterior motive. He appears to be telling the truth when he says he received a vision to come to this location, and he seemed genuinely interested in the Curves ponies.
Okay. So they're probably his reason for being here then. Okay.
Before he goes, Guiding will try to do the pose and try to get some pointers from him about how to get better at it, I suppose.
He just simply says, you need to empty your mind, not think about it too much, and just allow yourself to rise up and balance carefully.
Okay.
We need a cleric.
She doesn't look convinced.
You're asking a zebra for advice, so
If you get anything more than 2 + 7 equals cheese, you've probably got one as a friend.
All right. So, with the rest of you, I assume from here, you guys are probably going to head back to the camp.
Yeah, probably on foot because my ride has been lent out to nervous father. This is gonna be.
I don't
murder.
know. I don't know if this nervous is the word I'd use.
Completely breaking down. Stuck. A hippogriff.
I was going to go more along the lines of fear of death in his eyes, but yeah.
As long as
That
you
works.
As long as he arrived on time, he was going to be fine. If he was late, even by a second, he would have died.
We have had a proper look through this place, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't wait to see what type of waterfowl the kid is going to be based off of.
Well, if the GM
I've got my
goes with
money
the
on
plan-
Goose.
Yeah, that was my guess as well.
Oh.
That's
As we're walking away from this place, Guiding will pipe up. We're not on a timer anymore, are we?
Not really, but I just like to get back to the camp so we can go home.
Can I just make a quick sketch of this place?
Oh, yeah. Feel free to.
All right.
Never. They're forbidden.
Guiding will make a quick sketch of now that she's further away and has a proper look of the fort. She'll make a sketch to make into a painting later. And it's going very poorly. Okay.
Excellent artistry skills there.
I think the probably getting eaten thing has sort of fouled her view of the.
It was only Pedguin who got a little bit eaten. Or disease.
Yeah. And he's got other problems that might foul him up.
God.
Oh,
Okay.
he's flocking to danger like a true adventurer.
I apologize. I triggered it. My fault.
Guiding will finish the sketch. She won't look particularly convinced, but yeah, not. She doesn't want to waste too much time with this, so.
Yeah, because she can go home to a nice warm bed.
That's
Whereas
not
penguins-
exactly her priority.
Lucky Break is more. Seems also to be interested in heading back home.
Okay, so on the way back to the camp.
And he says, "This was certainly an interesting departure.
Mhm. And we will be. She'll be looking to the rest of them. You do plan on going to the matter of the tribes, don't you?
Oh, the invitation, you mean?
Yes.
Can you remind me when that was again?
3 weeks.
Yeah,
Sorry, 4. I'm sorry. It's
4
in my journal.
yeah, that sounds great.
Lucky Break says, I definitely intend to.
Never been to the East outside of visiting.
And don't worry, it's not going to be one of those celebrations. It's fine.
Only a few people will die.
Uh-huh.
You're just coming along to be the sacrifices. I mean, guests.
Well, that's nothing new.
Daffodils invited you to be the sacrifices. I mean, guests.
Lucky Break's small. Does he only count as half a sacrifice?
He's a sacrifice.
Oh,
God.
You asked?
I mean, it's not wrong, especially depending on the size of the, Oh dear. Oh dear. What if?
All right.
Well,
So, you've removed the gemnols and sketches have been made, and you make your way back to the
Encampment.
where once you've returned, somebody will tell you that the general is expecting you and to report to directly to them.
Yeah, she'd head that way, knowing where the tent is. And once in, would salute and very quickly go into debriefing about what was there, a couple more of the riders and potential, as well as a little bit more of a couple of those that were a little bit more formidable. And they had been using it as the staging area for the whole raiding of the merchant caravans.
Good. That's at least reduced that much of a problem. Was there any complications?
Not that I could think of.
Nervous,
They did
expecting father rushed off afterwards. That's why he's not here. My ride got pretty banged up, but I've got plans to repair it.
They had hostages?
Oh yes, they had taken 4 ponies from Turves. We had, for us in particular, were given an offer of invitation to meet with them, which will need to be discussed with the Queen, I believe, or Queen Regent.
Who do they have hostages of for them to fight?
She would give the names of Lark Song, Daffodil Blooming, Dawn Rising, and Night's Blessing.
What clans were they from?
The Red Rock clan and the Black Hoose clan.
Yes.
The general's ears twitch slightly, and she scrapes at the ground with one steel shoe hoof. Interesting, she says. There's a number of the clans, and those two are some of the more tolerated ones towards outsiders. We could use their help with regards to these gemnols. Once, I'm pretty sure if the gemnols get the upper hoof, they're likely to go after them next. I will draft a letter to the Queen Regent that I wish for you to take back with you, with a suggestion of seeing if we can convince any of the Turves tribes to join us. That then it'll be much easier, and we will lose a lot less of our brave ponies to the gemnols.
Well, if we could stop, as I said, the Turves tribes are probably better suited to skirmishing on the plains in regards to matters, and I'm sure the Gemnols have tried to target them if these gnolls and giant jackals are any indication.
Hmm.
Because
Well.
from what we understand, these beasts are from the plains.
Well, I will draft something towards the Queen, and we will see about potentially trying to get the tribes to agree to some sort of an alliance with us.
Okay.
Monkey Break will say, it's like, well, I'm not particularly keen.
That's one way to mess that one up.
Like, I'm not particularly keen on it, but I guess it is my job. It is my job to do such a thing, so I guess I can have talks with them.
Excellent. I'll have something drafted up, and when you set out tomorrow morning, you can deliver it to the Queen for me. That way, I know it gets there right away.
Very well. I have my.
She goes, one other fort. One other fort. We thought we might have had ended this war last week. We ambushed the individual who seems to have identified themselves as the Gemnol King. And I thought we had him, but then he just vanished. Not like invisible. As we scanned for that, he was completely gone from the area. Done some asking around, and it's not the first time he's disappeared when his side was on the losing battle. While you talk to the tribes, ask for any information if they have any ideas of how he might have escaped as well.
Okay, we'll hunt around for that.
A curious question. Have you seen at times around here a zebra by the name of Fazman?
I can't say I'm keeping track of all the civilian activity, so no. No one by that name has been identified to me directly.
Okay.
Should I be concerned?
They
No,
were
no,
waiting. As I said, he was rather curious about the Turbs ponies, as he was waiting outside the hill. In regards, it's not the first time we've run into him. He's usually been there a little bit after a place, so I do not know if if he's following, as he claims, the will of the gods, or there is other matters that he is looking into.
Probably the will of the gods thing, but it's still very suspicious.
Yes, I do not truck with the divine at the moment, so I could not tell you.
Well,
Keyword at the moment.
I suggest taking that up with the palace or the local guards.
They might know more. Yes, that's true.
There's little we can do in regards to this.
No,
We're dealing with a war, not individuals who may be.
Yeah, he might be.
Anyway.
Okay.
The last thing I've got is payment for your services.
Okay.
Ooh.
You will each be given 500 gold, and there's a bag left over for Pigwin, who happens to not be here.
She'll take the bag and sort of secure it to a spot in the backpack for him. I will see he gets it.
Also, the owner of the bank has sent us the reward for the return of the gems that were stolen.
Oh, good.
And you are each given 75 gold's worth of gems.
Okay.
And there's even some left over for Penguin.
Alright. I just remembered that since Penguin took off with Zero, we'll need some pony else to pull the wagon. If we still have access to that wagon we were using.
If you wish to keep it, I can drag it.
Wasn't that something provided by the military camp?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That was
Okay. If that's the issue, yeah, because I've got a dragon push of about 3,400 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
general
was
is
just
about to
considering it because I don't know if we board it from this camp or if we would board it from the capital and brought it with us to the camp.
Yeah.
No, you travelled up here with a load of soldiers originally, so you didn't have a caravan. You utilised one for trying to disguise yourself as a trading merchant.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, if you've got nothing further to add, you're dismissed until the morning, and I will have a runner pass on the message, and then you're free to return back to the city.
Thank you very much. Good hunting, General.
Yeah.
And she gestures once more before turning out. Don't forget to inquire about this Gemnol King and how he's escaping.
I will
Got
do
it.
so.
And she basically waves you off as she goes back to whatever she was in the middle.
Yep, that's fine. Claire's going to take the moment to probably get a little bit of a bath after going through that muck, and then we'll be happily going back to the medical tent for anyone as a happy catharsis.
So you guys get a chance to have one more night's rest until you start heading home. There will be a runner who will deliver the letter to Lucky.
Lucky Break will take the letter and we'll put it in. We'll tuck it away somewhere safe.
As a diplomat, they entrust you with this.
Lucky Break nods and puts it away in his bag.
All right. So it takes you, as you're not going up with a military force, but I still believe it takes you about 2 days to get back home.
Roughly. Lucky Break takes. Well, the letter's sealed, I suppose.
Yes, it's got the general seal.
It would not read, so it's not a thing you should read. So you have to break the seal. Lucky Break spends the time kind of. Well, I would say that he would continue teaching Roderick the things Roderick wanted to know, but Lucky Break will then just spend the next day kind of contemplating, going over what he knows about the Turf tribes.
Surprisingly, very little.
GM, last time we left off, you had described
Well,
me
they
that
are
30
insular.
30 minutes before.
You know there is a number of tribes. They are which make up the Turf tribes. They tend to operate individually from each other. And they have been skirmishes with the kingdoms occasionally.
Lucky Break will say, he's like, well, it will probably be easier to get the. It'll probably definitely be easier to get the Turf tribes to cooperate. Probably. At least they don't have. He kind of sighs. At least they don't have their. At least they're not fighting amongst themselves. He kind of just is thinking it as he thinks out loud.
Yeah, as I said, Arcissus is not a fun place to live. I'll leave it at that.
Sorry, was I thinking out loud?
Nothing new. Nothing I don't already know.
All right. After a few days' travel, you will arrive back at the city of Ville.
Yeah.
All right, GM. Last time you
Where,
told me a thing. Yeah.
You are free to mostly do as you wish until events push you on to do other things.
Yeah, first things first, we need to head back to the castle and deliver the letter.
Well, that's what Lucky Break was going to do.
Well, Claire,
Oh,
yeah, Claire's going to walk you there
my
at least.
microphone's been off this whole time.
Oh,
Welcome back.
yeah.
Still, I was just saying, last time we left off, you said I had 30 minutes before things happened. You can't just gloss
Yes.
over that on me.
Well, well, when you did arrive at finally in the room, you were in the nick of time as 30 minutes later, your little bundle of joy would be born.
Yes. I mean, the whole time he's just he's hyperventilating. He is. Duck is a lot calmer than he is, which is weird. And you know, he does the whole thing where he tries to help. He's giving medical professionals his own medical profession, and then every time they tell him to shut up because they're medical professionals, he says, "I took X amount of years of study for this. I could tell you how." Blah blah. He's not. He's a mess. Anyways, he's the first one to faint. Bonk. And he comes back like 1 minute later.
As soon as he sees a little bit of blood, he's like unconscious.
Yeah. And then he comes back too, and you know, is just in time to see the rest of it, and then he blinks, and it's all over now, and it
Aww.
yeah. And he's got the biggest smile on his face, and Duck's mane is very askew. She was making a lot of quacking noises.
Oh man.
It's rather adorable.
Yeah, you had to add the. She was making a lot of quacking noises.
Well, like what other noises would she make? And yes, it's they take a moment, they look down. She's very cute, and if you've ever seen a tiramisu cake, that is what her body is like, colored like. It's like brown, you know, with like little speckles and freckles, and it's very cute. And Duck boops the baby's nose and says, "I'm gonna call you tiramisu, because that's my favorite kind of cake."
Aww. My heart.
And it's very sweet.
Anyways, that was my
He's
bit.
It's sweet, just like tiramisu.
Oh, yeah.
You guys will arrive probably 4 days after that event. Back at the city.
I gotta inform Bubble Wrap I'm okay, and go comfort Zero. He's physically incapable of feeling pain, but I feel like he's in a lot of pain right now.
Lucky Rick will say, Rick, I have to deliver this letter. And then I have paperwork.
Where did Zero go, Jamie? Or where would Zero be waiting for you?
He has a stable in my post office place.
Okay,
That's
so
a
you'll be at the post office.
destination, that's apparently.
When you do arrive back, Bubble Wrap goes, you may want to go to your mother's shop. They're kind of worried about you when they heard he'd come back a bit banged up.
Right. I'll go talk to my parents and inform them that, yeah, Zero got banged up because he was taking a hit for me, but I didn't get hurt to the best of my knowledge. That whole fight was a bit fuzzy still. And apparently that's not like a Mecha thinks that's not gonna set her mom's off.
Nope,
Yeah.
not at all.
When you obviously get back to either finding your mum in her shop or when you actually go home again, your parents are worried and also then slightly annoyed at you for putting yourself in danger, and but they understand why you did it, but they still were worried, and the sort of way parents are.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the main thing, and then but they're relieved you're okay, you're unharmed, and once they know that, then they're calm, basically, and you're able to go back onto and do other things. They do say, though, if you ever send him back again like that, that you leave a message to indicate that you're okay.
Okay.
So they don't worry about it.
New protocol added. My social sub-program is updated. I know what to do now in case this scenario happens again. Which is a very mecha way of saying that, yeah, she knows.
It's a very mecha way of saying, yes, Mom, yes, Dad.
Yes.
All right. Then, Lucky.
Yep.
You will be granted an audience with the Queen, as your title allows you to request such things on short notices.
Yeah, Claire would have gone with him to at least make sure he wasn't accosted or anything.
No, that's fine. You are. You're called into what they have is the war room, as she's busy going over intel that's come back from the front. Based on what you've seen, it's probably the information which is a few days old, given obviously time frames. And the Queen will turn back to you and goes, "Ah, you wanted to see me?"
Lucky Break will say, yes. I have brought a letter from the general. And he will go hand it to her.
She will take it and take it with her magic, open it up, and basically start reading it there. And she then looks to the pair of you and goes, "Is this true? You spoke to the what's the right term?
Red Rock and you talking
No.
about the clans or the people?
No, not the clans. You talk to the successors to the two clans.
Yes, Dawn Rising and Night Blessing. You mean? Yes,
I believe so.
those were the names they gave.
Mhm.
They were bound very heavily with chain and other matters.
She looks up to you and goes, "Well, it seems the general is onto a good idea." And she looks to you, Lucky, and I'll put you in charge of overseeing the success of talking to the Turbs tribes. Feel free to take the rest of your companions with you, but if there's anything additional you require before you leave, come by and ask me, and we'll have it sorted out for you.
Would there be a good ceremonial armor that's akin to what I have at the moment that you might have available?
Sorry, say that again?
A bit more of an armor that they know of that they could recommend for ceremonial purposes with the armor I have. Sort of basically make it look like an escort, like a guard or an escort of someone of status.
We'll be able to have something of that. I'm sure we'll have a spare set of the what's it called? I want to say honor guard, but don't know if they would call it that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm meaning now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because I mean, if Lucky Break's going to be doing the talking, he's got to look at like important enough to warrant someone to protect him.
I would also warn you: what we consider important, the Turvs tribes won't necessarily consider with the same importance.
Lucky Break nods. He's like, terms have very different views of things.
Thank you.
She gives a nod and goes, well, it appears you've got a little while. You've got 2 weeks to request anything, and we should then have it ready for you to leave. But if you ask after the 2 weeks, we can't guarantee anything will be prepared.
Understandable. Thank you. I do have one question. Have you ever heard of a zebra through his either historical matters or other bits called Fazban?
I can't say that the name is of note or has shown up any reports that I've glanced over.
Okay. He was there at the as well after the fact of clearing the outpost, and we have run into him once before. So it was unusual, but I guess I shall ask at the temple, see if the temple or see about the library if they have any information there. He strikes me as someone of an unusual outlier, and those are worth looking into. Thank you.
She looks to you, Lucky, to see if there's anything else.
Lucky Break thinks for a moment. He's like, I may have to do a bit more research on this. I may have to look into the tribes and the specific. I may have to look at the particulars of these tribes.
Well, you have access to the palace libraries if you require it.
I may need that. I'll probably need to look into the particulars of these tribes. That way I can better understand their culture as a standard.
Well, I'll leave you to investigate. As I said, if you require anything else, you've got a bit of time to request it. Be sure to leave when you are prepared. But we'll have a gift of sorts put together for you to present to each of the chieftains when you can.
Okay.
Very well. He bows politely. He's like, "Oh, I will have to adjourn for now." What time is it right now?
You guys probably would have arrived more later into the afternoon.
Okay, so there's still plenty of day left.
Yeah, so she'll look to Lucky and say as they're dismissed, Penguin then?
Yes, I must. I want to visit I want to visit Penguin for now, and also I want to make sure things are in my own house.
Okay. As they imagine depart, she's going to sort of chuckle very dryly, just the thought, and just the word blueberry, as she just sort of chuckles and rolls her eyes.
All right. So, you all have at least 3 weeks worth of downtime to basically do as you wish. Go and look at obviously Pigwin's spawn and
Spawn.
What do you say?
Apparently, that's how
Excuse
we're
me, I
referring
am
to
drawing
children
up
now.
that spawn as we speak.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that is beautiful.
That was glorious.
It's adorable.
By
And
the-
this is the one
yeah.
future where Penguin gets the girl. Be nice.
By the powers invested in me in the Nine Hells, I present you Honk.
You guys don't understand. The only reason this happened was because of the bard in our party. It's the only way that would have happened.
Aha!
So basically, what you're saying is Penguin got a lucky break.
Yeah. Whoa. That's kind of as hell.
Ooh,
That
ooh.
hurt.
Multiple shots have been fired in the past minute now.
Guiding probably headed towards Duck and Penguin the moment we came back. So she didn't go back to the castle.
Penguin is in full dad mode. As in, he wouldn't be at Lucky Break's house. He would be in Duck's bakery because that's where Duck lives, and so that's where she takes him.
Quack quack.
And the moment you come over to the door, the curtains open, and Pingwing is already there, and he has his like little silver dagger. He's just like, nobody move, nobody gets in. He's just being super protective. He doesn't know how to be. He's and he goes, oh, it's you. Well, and he looks back. Duck, there's somebody at the door. I'm not sure if I should let them in or not. Oh, just let them in. It's fine. Okay, she said that you can come in. It's okay. And he shakes his head.
I love the voices. It's glorious.
And Duck is
okay.
is like on her back on like a couch or something, and she has a very cute little baby there, and she's just letting it like boop her nose over and over and over again.
Aww.
As aforementioned, her coloring is that of a tiramisu cake, and they are in a bakery, so it makes sense.
Well, guiding will enjoy her time with those three until the others arrive. So.
Pingwing is going to be looking at you very closely the whole time, Guiding Light. He's got his eye on you.
You guys probably would arrive probably no more than 40 minutes later.
Okay. Mecha brings a gift. I have like a great big jar full of off-white powder. Mecha invented baby formula for Duck. You never know.
Pingwing is going to first inspect this in a 126-point inspection.
You mean
What are
does it
those
kill me?
126
Does it
points?
kill me? Does it kill me? Does it kill me? Ad nauseum.
Unfortunately, he failed the 126th point of the inspection, which was, is this made by Mecha?
Yeah, that's always the clincher.
It's up for the jury now. He has it in, but he has to. Now it's in Duck's court. Is pretty much what it is. It seems that Duck is not a formula mom, as it turns out.
Well, yeah, it's useful to have around, I assume, because I just invented it.
He finds it fascinating.
Yeah.
And he very casually just like murmurs, if this was anybody else's kid, I would say that this is probably a very healthy option.
Yeah. At the very least, you might find something that might be a useful ingredient for baking, like powdered milk.
Oh, okay. And Duck would definitely approve of that then. And she has Mecha put it up in whatever top cupboard that her other baking materials are in.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Other than that, I wanted to ask Penguin if he knew, because he has his ears to the ground in the city's magic culture, if he knew anyone who could help charge up Zero with negative energy they like so much.
He points you towards the school, towards somebody named Ivory Drop.
Okay.
She'll probably.
I believe you still haven't given your school a name. It's the nameless building here.
My God, it has some sort of name. Okay, here's
He
the
did
thing.
name it. I'm pretty sure he did name it.
Here's the dealio. I want it to have the acronym of Penguin, but I haven't figured out what each of the letters stand for.
All right. Well, I put it as it has some sort of name.
Yeah. You could put it down as Penguin, but like as like a PE like dot.
An acronym.
Kind of
yeah.
like-
Yeah, an acronym. It's an acronym for something. I'll figure out that acronym. It's just very hard. I can't tell you. I spent like that whole session. I was spending the entire time trying to come up with acronyms, but they weren't working. It'll happen. It'll strike me in the middle of the night one day, and I'll have to wake up and write it down.
I think I spelled penguin right. I could be wrong.
Lucky Rig is also going to be stopping. Is going to be making a quick stop on the way there. He's going to be picking up a gift as well.
Ooh, gifts.
You guys are very nice.
I just have to look up the price of things.
Guiding probably has to ask Duck what would be a good gift because she's got no idea.
Oh my gosh! And she thinks. And if you're asking Duck, are you asking what a good gift for her would be, or for tiramisu?
Both.
Well, I think that the best gift you can give either one of us is gonna be cake, because I like cake, and she also like, don't you? And she like nuzzles, and she makes baby noises, and she says, yes, see, she likes cake too. Look, and she gives her baby a big ol' hug.
Cake.
That is
Cake.
like sickeningly sweet. Yeah. I think the baby formula was a good idea. I'm just gonna have to leave it up to Penguin that the baby gets proper nutrient. But again, it is a pony baby, so cake might be the proper nutrients.
If you're going to be getting a cake, you better be telling me where you're getting it from and list every single Oh, shush, you, cake is cake. Okay, she said it was fine.
No, Lucky Break actually would be. Now that I think about it, Lucky Break probably would stop by home because he knows Duck well enough.
I am slowly dying internally right now.
But he has his own. But,
It's very adorable. Let's try to be brave.
but ever since Penguin moved into Duck's place after they got into the relationship, Lucky Break's been lonely. So he's buying himself something. He's buying himself something as well on the way home because he's actually going to be making a cake. But he has to buy ingredients as well as something for himself.
Well, you were just given a load of money, so you got plenty.
Money, 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 money,
Oh,
money, money.
yeah, did you guys get Ping Ming his stuff?
When Claire comes by, she would hand him the funds from things.
What was the amounts of things that were what?
What's the amounts of things that were
570 gold.
Total?
Well, 500 in gold coins, 75 in gems, if that makes any difference.
Yeah, 75. I'm sorry. Yes.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
We'll go ahead
she'd
and
come by.
check that.
Well, hi, just make yourself at home, Cat.
Did I remember to add that to my character sheet?
Do make sure you add your money. If not, it gets eaten by the
Grew.
yeah.
Alright, and you said 3 weeks of downtime, right?
Yes.
Ivory Drop is still running the school. Let me pull up that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to Ivory Drop and talk to him about finding someone to pump a haunted robot full of negative energy for me.
Now,
Claire would offer. Oh, go ahead.
a little bit of meta here for Steel's sake. Ivory Drop specializes in making magical constructs and golems and things like that. What would she know about? What would she know about that?
Mecha and Ivory Drop are gonna get along like a house on fire.
Given that she's probably low level, she's probably working on the theories of it all, and probably be more fascinated that that Mecha has actually managed to construct one.
Yeah. Probably be less impressed that I have no idea how I did it. It was like a Mark of Destiny thing.
Weird fever dream.
Now, negative energy I thought was just mainly for undead.
Yes.
I gave Zero the haunted drawback, meaning it's susceptible to positive and negative, positive energy like an undead.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. She herself isn't a cleric. Now, let me just see something. Let me check her.
I mean, we could do it the hard way, but it's actually pretty expensive to repair constructs.
If you could heal them like constructs would, or like an undead would, she has well, she doesn't have inflict spells, but inflict spells would work.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I
why
was
I
saying.
was
Like,
asking if anyone had an afflict spell
Let me
In
check
the
my
party.
spellbook.
as I said, like one thing Claire would understand is the way of energies upon the body, so she might be able to come up with the idea of basically coming. Since again, she's a nightmare worshiper, she would be able to probably get them to again do the matters of. They do have a nightmare presence at the temple, though. Yes.
There would be a presence for all the deities at the temple.
Yeah, so basically
that'd
she
probably
could
be the
get.
best way, yeah.
Yeah, she could probably explain to the priests and all of that the is probably healed with the profane energies of the night, and would be able to ask if they would be willing to do that from one of their priests. Again, because Mecca and Zero both have been very valuable members to Claire's entourage. As I said, like Mecca and Zero both were willing to brave the Forest of Dreams with her, so
Now, curious.
they are certainly not lacking character.
Curious, GM. If there is a clerical presences here, I'm not sure how this works, but would Pingwing be able to go discuss with one of them, possibly helping him write down a spell in his book for inflicting wounds?
Yes.
I know
Yeah.
divine scrolls exist, so I was wondering.
Yeah, divine. They would. They would be able to sort out a divine scroll of it for you to have. For you to purchase. But that's probably all they'll be able to do, as they don't have books you can copy from. So the only option you have is scrolls.
Okay.
Right.
How much would inflict light wounds be?
25 gold
Inflict light
is a first level spell. 25 gold. I was already looking it up.
He'll buy it.
and they will happily sell it to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Lucky Break would probably arrive after they had all left with Duck and would bring the cake.
All right. Now
He
let
made
me
himself.
add that to my spellbook really quick. Because if that's the case, then Pingwing can just slap your guy with inflict.
He would also bring his new acquisition for his house. So that because now that Lucky Break lives by himself, he has to have. He has a short leg, and they are social ponies.
So, what pet did you buy?
He bought a puppy.
Just make sure it's not a diet.
Yeah, an actual puppy this time.
Yes, an actual puppy and not a badger. Although I could have bought a badger and have a pre-trained badger, but I decided. But Lucky Break, after his first experience with that Wolverine, he decided that he should probably get something normal.
Just make sure you don't end up getting like a dire hyena or something by accident.
So I spent $15 or no, 15 gold pieces on. I looked up animal prices on there, and I bought a lapdog for 15 gold pieces. He bought a very small puppy.
Short leg size.
So he bought a dog.
I should point out that the baby is a short leg because it is a very tiny baby.
So they're probably
His duck is a short hooves.
Oh,
I think lapdogs would be tiny sized, so this is like a bean.
All right, so Pingwing officially has that in his spellbook now. Fantastic.
So Lucky Break would arrive and say, "Sorry, I'm late. I had to get the ingredients and everything. I had to get some other things squared away too."
Pegwin, Lucky Break arrives with a cake.
Oh, now you'd be met with Pingwing first, who is guarding the door for some reason. And he blinks. Okay, and he leans in, but to bring the ingredients list that was in that cake. And he's like leaning in so that way Duck can't hear because he's still wanting to be cautious.
Lucky Break blinks for a minute, and he's like, sure. He will take out a piece of paper and will write down what he put in the cake.
Okay, and he accepts your list and he looks it over and he kind of turns it over. And Duck is already calling from the list going, "Who is it? It's Lucky Break. Oh, let him in, let him in. Oh, okay, just come on.
It's pretty much all the normal cake stuff. He used strawberries and stuff.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing wrong with the cake. It's just Penguin's being very paranoid. And
It's cake topped with strawberries, and it looks nice.
And he leads you in.
It has a little yellow duck drawn on it in frosting.
God, that's adorable. And he'll lead you over to Duck, and he'll kind of sit there a moment, and Duck's eyes go big as she sees the cake. Oh my gosh, that's so adorable! And
He's like, thank you. I worked. It was kind of a little bit of effort. I started picking up baking as a skill, and I wanted to make something special. I knew you like cakes, so.
And the baby starts laughing at the word cake, and falls over on Duck's chest and starts wiggling about. And Duck smiles and says,
Oh, look, she likes it. She likes the cake already. She hasn't even had any.
Lucky Break will tickle his tummy. Lucky Break will give him tummy tickles. Like, isn't he? He's like, he's so cute.
The baby makes baby noises at you and also wiggles a hoof. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Boop.
And
like,
you boop the baby, and the baby immediately looks toward Duck, very confused, and she nods.
I know, that's how it is.
And the baby smiles and boops Duck.
Lucky Break he's like, yeah, I had other things I needed to stop by to do before I got the cake, because I was getting something for my house. He will
It's okay.
he'll reach into his bag and pull out the puppy.
Duck's eyes go all wide, and Penguin's eyes, because actually I wasn't expecting that either. And the puppy is probably super adorable. You're gonna have to describe the puppy.
It is specifically a corgi puppy.
Oh my god. And Duck looks like she's about to die, and also Penguin, but for two different reasons. And Duck, it just tends to her.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, what's his name?
I did not think about that.
Okay, and his name is now Twinkie.
And she takes Twinkie.
Lucky Break will say, perfect, I like it.
I'm seeing a naming pattern with Duck.
Yeah. And she takes the corgi who looks like a Twinkie. It's very creative. Don't bash me for it. And she sets it at the end of the couch, kind of maneuvers herself up, and the baby and Twinkie are now facing each other. And Tiramisu blinks, looks toward Duck. And then she just kind of does the go on. And then baby boops Twinkie. Yeah.
Twinkie just licks the baby's nose.
That is
fun.
Adorable. Alright, that's the session. Let's wrap it up.
Alright. So, obviously, other than everyone going and probably seeing Duck and the little one and being harassed by Penguin when they each go and visit, what else will you be doing in your downtime? If people just want to do work stuff, I'm happy for you to roll that in the background and work out how much money it is. What I would need to know is if you guys are going to be spending anything, doing any large purchases with your money. or if you, excuse me, or if you are going to be requesting anything in particular going on.
Well,
I'd probably be doing the one thing with. Go ahead. Sorry.
Seeing as I have over 2,000 GP, I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But I do know that Monkey Break is going to spend at least a portion of it at the libraries researching the two tribes in particular.
All right. You won't need to, because you've been given access to the palace libraries, you won't need to pay for that.
Claire would be trying to get Mecha's mount fixed up with the priest and all from first thing.
That's
With the
probably going to be
nightmares.
pretty freaky.
Yeah. I mean, with Penguin getting the scroll, he'd be able to do it basically. You come along, and he'll be able to basically heal Zero, I believe. You just
Okay. If he wants to do that, that's fine. She'd probably. The other thing would she'd be trying to see with the clergy there if they had known of fast ban.
that would be a no.
Okay. And then probably would be for a week would be up there with Lucky Break to do things, but the other two would be working. So.
Okay. How much time are you putting into your research, Lucky?
Until he knows a very good amount of the social graces he would need for the tribes in particular.
Cool. So until you run out of time.
Probably.
All right. Roll me. You got a choice. You can either roll knowledge history, knowledge local, or knowledge. There's one other one we might be fitting. History local.
Would geography apply here?
No, I don't think in this instance. Mobility, probably not. No, those are probably the main ones.
Okay.
Unless I'm forgetting one.
Nobility. Oh, you did say nobility.
I mean that would really only get you who's currently in charge and stuff like that, which you could also get with history and stuff. So it's more of a secondary thing if necessary.
I don't think we wrote down how much Penguin was allocating off to Ivory Drop for running the school. I know we talked about that a little bit. That's the only thing I didn't write down. I'm just calculating that in because of the 3-week time thing.
It was. I want to say, did we work it out to maybe like 4 gold something?
Yeah, it would be knowledge local.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Double check the math on the timing and how much you make and stuff.
Well, given what he's supposed to be making for every 2 weeks and all that, let's see here. Because this would cover like a 2-week interval is what I'm looking at. It's obviously 3 weeks. I'm double checking the math. Based on what they're doing now, he would. No, it was 12. It was 12 gold. That's what it was.
Oh, come on. Really?
Alright.
It's just fucking like this Friday, too. I'm starting to get angry.
So,
okay.
Cool. You worked out the cost there, Duck?
Yes, I'm gonna rewrite it so you can pin it if you could, please. Just so I'll lose
Yeah.
you or me. Let me write it.
No, so I can do that once you put it in. Alright. I'll be with you in a moment, Mike, with your role. Harold.
Would Claire's presence there for a week be able to help him?
You can assist, yes.
Okay. Local. Nope. Didn't make it. Oh well. Oh. They're just not being too kind.
Alright. So our more two Quietus members, Guiding and Mecha. What are you? Anything in particular you guys planning to do in the downtime?
Oh, I'm planning on doing some crafting.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna craft some more alchemical items to replace my backups that I used on that slime because fire wasn't working, so I used my acid.
No, by all means, you may do your crafting.
Okay.
Is there anything else other than crafting?
No. Crafting's about what I was planning.
All right. So
roll my craft.
Yep, like I said, if it's just crafting and stuff, I'm happy for you to do that in the background. I'm just going to check with Guiding to see if there was anything Guiding wanted to do.
You got 2 more things you can roll for that. If you're doing it all 3 weeks.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. She's probably gonna try and work as an artist for the time being. I don't think she has enough paintings to really open up a what would you call that? An atelier?
Exhibit?
Gallery?
Yeah. Sorry. Like something where she would be able to show and sell her work.
Yeah, gallery.
I don't think she has enough stuff made for that yet, so she's just gonna work on painting some more. Outside of that, she would ask Lucky Break if he finds out any specifics about the turf's culture to let her know.
Lucky Break would, in a huff, close the book. He's like, I'm finding nothing.
You will be getting some stuff. I'm just waiting for everybody to go through, because yours will be the one that will potentially take a little bit more in depth.
Lucky Break is like,
if there's some stuff that he finds, she'd be interested because she might, get some equipment in regards to that if it's something that she can. Or you can buy a particular set of clothing, or I don't know what it might be. So yeah, she'd be interested in that. Outside of that, small question to the group in terms of ability to make light. I know that we have 2 casters that may be able to do that.
I can obtain the light spell.
I have my natural abilities.
Your natural abilities.
Who needs the light spell?
I'm a unicorn.
Dingling. That's light.
I mean, I know we have Penguin who can cast light, and I know we have Lucky who can cast light, right?
I don't think so, but Mecha is a unicorn, so Mecha can cast light.
Oh, right.
Yes. Forgetting the unicorns.
Yeah, Lucky Break does not have light as a cantrip.
Unicorns and the hippogriff of the horn.
Doesn't hippogriff have?
Actually, I'm not sure if that's actually possible.
If not, she's thinking about having some armor made. But she wouldn't really use it for... Well, she would probably use it for quite a while.
Claire
So
could
it might
probably
be-
help you more there.
It might be worth it.
Yeah, because she knows the
Uh,
armorers in the city pretty well.
Yeah, I'm thinking Masterwork chain shirt.
Yeah, they could probably do that for you. Because there's Claire. One of the first things she bought when she got back was a bit better armor with things. So she could definitely tell you what was the armor to go to.
So that's probably something she'd do. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna commission a Masterwork chain shirt.
Okay. Let's take
That's
that
an
away.
interesting symbol for the Red Rock clan. The Black Hooves I can see. The Red Rock is. Huh.
Yeah, one thing I would be buying personally is a ion torch.
No, you will not be able to buy an iron torch. There is not a high enough wizard in the city to be able to make one.
It's clerical. You can get it clerical.
There
as
would
well.
not be a high enough individual to make one.
Ah,
You need,
damn.
it needs to be
You
level
want to
12.
Estimate my power
Are you level 12?
in spirit.
Okay. Oh yeah, is this 12th level caster?
Yeah, it's an unusual.
One thing that I was thinking of was a waterproof dusk lantern.
What? I heard ducks.
Dust.
Oh.
Dusk.
You're both wrong. You said dusk. Not a dust lantern. What would a dust lantern even do? What would...
I have
Keep
no
dust
idea.
out.
Thorn? Oh, Thorn. Yeah, okay. I was about to say, it looked like I was saying Thornbriar. I was like, wait a minute, shouldn't that be Thorn? But it's
What's the could we get an object with a continual flame on it?
well. The thing is with this, it's more the matter of this is something that orbits around. So
Yes.
You want to know something evil? It's just this dumb thought that came to me. Using flesh to stone on your kid while you're out adventuring so you don't miss his formative years.
Oh no!
Evil.
Oh no! Oh.
Chaotic evil.
Oh.
Would that be chaotic or lawful evil?
That's
Just be careful that you don't drop him.
That's chaotic heartbreak is what that is.
Oh.
He just wants to see his kid grow up.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Wasn't there something?
I mean,
like a
I
poem?
have actually used that on a companion once to protect my companion, but that's beside the point. It wasn't to see my companion grow up in his early years.
You know, I'm just kind of thinking the safest way to contain baby, which would be a bag of holding and a bottle of air and a crib. There you go.
Or a water breathing spell and a bottle of water.
Dude, just thinking.
Yeah, we were talking about this before we started the game.
We were talking about that earlier in the chat. That's why.
Well, not putting babies in there, but
Yeah, it wasn't about putting babies in there.
oh god, this went some places.
This is a conversation that went in a weird direction. I was not.
Okay. I'm
So-
going. I will.
Yeah, so
I will interject at this point and give some information to Lucky that he finds out about the tribe. So, I have given you the symbols and which tribe it belongs to. Some additional information that you know is the deity that represents each particular clan. So the Black Hooves main deity is the Moon Princess.
Interesting.
Red Rock clan is the Sun Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And the Black Hooves are the ones we're particularly dealing with right now, correct?
they were what?
The Red Rock and the Black Hooves clans are the ones we're going for, right?
Yes, those are the ones you met.
Okay.
The Stone, they are Sun Queen as well.
Okay, let's see. The stone, what was it?
Sun Queen.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to figure out the clan Stone Marchers. Okay.
Yeah, Stone Marcher, sorry. The Fawns, they are Blaze.
Interesting. Okay, so Lucky Break makes a mental note. Thorns would be difficult.
And the Bloody Deer?
They are also Blaze.
Lucky Break makes another note that Thornbriar and Bloody Ear would both be difficult. He makes another note. He's like, "Bring Claire." Lucky Break is not one who's particularly got the warlike mindset, so.
Alright. That will probably be the most you'll get in your first week, really.
Just to tell you guys, to inform you guys, during my alchemical tinkering, I made 2 jars of alchemist fire and 4 jars of alchemist ice, otherwise
Hey.
known as liquid ice.
I was gonna go with fire and ice, but yeah.
Ice is just crunchy water.
I
It
made a
can
jar
also
of
be very
glowing
sharp,
blue
pointy water.
stuff that if you smash it on someone, they'll freeze over.
Nice.
Creepy.
Sounds
Like an-
useful.
It's like an
I think.
anti-oven.
An anti-oven.
Well, an
Never
oven's-
really would
an
have
oven-
thought of it that
an,
way.
an oven's just a spicy refrigerator.
That's
I guess you want to put
not
it that
wrong.
way.
I mean, yeah, okay. And a refrigerator is just an icy oven, you know? It's just chill, you know?
Yeah.
You did this for all 3 weeks, though, yes?
Yeah, Lucky
Yeah,
Break.
that took all 3 weeks.
Because Matt just mentioned 1 week, so you still have 2 more, don't you?
No, I rolled 3 times.
No, for Lucky.
Yeah, Lucky Break took another week.
Okay.
So you can roll again, Lucky, for your second week.
Yay! Please don't let the
Yippee!
dice be Friday all over
I just
again.
cleared them, and they were really low.
Can I find a caster that can do the continual flame spell?
Ooh, what level is it?
That's a second level
level cleric.
sorcerer wizard.
Oh, yeah,
Continual-
second level, fine.
All right. How much would
Clearing
it
the dice
cost?
did nothing.
How much
sorry,
would it
what was that?
cost me? How much would it cost me to have a small object enchanted with the continual flame spell?
Continual Flame is 3rd level. Oh,
Second
Wizard
level.
2. Yep, it is Wizard 2. Okay, yep,
Yeah.
that is. Cleric
Wizard
3,
level
Wizard
2.
2.
It costs an additional 50 GP worth of ruby dust.
Yeah. Well, you've got some gems that you could probably use for that.
They'll have to pay them.
Go away.
How much is it to enchant things again? Masterwork things?
Masterwork armor is 150, Masterwork weapon is 300.
To enchant them?
Oh, enchant. No idea.
I was
There
like,
is
that,
a
that seems a little
Masterwork-
under.
Alright, for the first enchantment on armor, it's 1,000 gold pieces. For the first level on a weapon is 2,000 gold pieces.
Oh my.
I was thinking of the Masterwork spell.
Remember, we're using APB, so you do not need to add a +1 to the weapon to make it magical. You just
That happens naturally.
It will happen naturally, so you can put a magical effect on it.
Penguin has a Masterwork dagger, so I was just wondering.
My weapon isn't Masterwork, is it? I don't think it is.
Basically, if you're looking to get the ever-burning torch and stuff on a particular item, it will cost you 110 gold pieces for a wizard to do that for you, basically.
I'd be happy to pay that. And then I'm gonna get a Dusk Lantern.
It does not emit heat or fire damage.
That is fine. I'm just gonna put that into the lantern as instead of the normal torch that would be in there. Or not torch. What's the right word? Wick.
Oh, oil.
Yeah. Instead of burning oil, it would basically be that thing in the middle of the lantern.
Interesting.
Penguin would be looking into any ways that he can communicate with things from a long distance. He's kind of thinking that if he has to get sent out or anything like that, he wants to be in contact with them.
Contact long distance. How effective would you like this long distance communication?
Depends on what the options are.
Well, you can speak 25 words to an individual, and they can send 25 words back, and that's it. You can send a one-way message over a long distance. That's pretty much your two options.
The 25 one sounds pretty good. What's that?
Right. Now, that is probably going to be a very expensive item.
Oh, yeah.
110 for the continual flame.
Okay.
35.
So having an item which will allow you to do that would be expensive. 12,000 gold pieces expensive.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Ouch! Ooh, that hurt my wallet, and I don't even have one.
Ouch. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pricey.
Well, it's items are sending you. The sending spell is a high level spell, so.
Well, yeah, I knew that.
Now,
It's
before
just painful to think about.
with various letters and cool art pieces from Guiding Light and all this other stuff for flyers, in that 3-week period, has anybody else been interested in the school? We've got 3 students so far. I was wondering if that was a thing.
Not currently. You probably think that this, the fact that the Gemnol, the wars with the Gemnol sort of picked up a little bit, it might be putting people off.
Gotcha.
The war with the Gemnol is kind of killing business for you right now. It's kind of like a pandemic, you know?
He will occasionally stop by his school and just say hi, and that he's gonna be on parental leave from the school, and it's Ivory Drops. Everything's up to Ivory
It's
Drops.
called
right now.
maternity leave.
Yeah, maternity. He's on maternity leave.
Alright.
Yeah.
The other option I can give you that I know of is called, you might have heard of them, Bird Feather Token. It's a one-time use item, and you use the token to create a small bird that can be used to deliver small written messages to a designated target. But it's a one-time use item.
Yeah.
300 gold.
Well, is Animal Messenger already a thing that I can do?
Animal Messenger.
Animal Primal Messenger. If that's a cleric spell, he's probably gonna buy that. If it's like one that he can cast. That's what that sounds like. It is a Bard 2 spell. Druid 2, Psychic 2, Ranger 1, Shaman 1. But given that it's a Bard spell, would that be something that he could also find in like libraries and things like that? Little musical books and stuff.
18.
You would probably have to go to. You would probably have to travel out of town to get it. I can think of a place you can get it, and that would be at the Tribe of.
The Tribe of Bones.
Bone Gang. I was just thinking.
Don't think too hard.
Oh no, he's thinking. You don't understand how hard this lad is thinking.
Is there steam coming out of his ears thinking hard?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, as long as he doesn't catch fire, then we have Duck a la King.
Well, I did say steam, not smoke, so we might have a little bit of steam duck by the end of the day, but
Oh, this one's this one's for the future when you cast second level steel. There's one called Whispering Wind. Its range is 1 mile per level, which I mean isn't too helpful in the grand scheme of things, but it's like you whisper things into the wind. It's like Gandalf.
and do you stand there and tell people you shall not pass?
This one's pretty cool. It's called Message in a Bottle. You whisper a message into a bottle, and when you open it, you hear that message.
Clever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm just reading things at this point. Penguin's done his
How much
thing.
would,
His school's paying dividends. This is he's fine.
All right. Right. So, Lucky, I'm afraid your second week wouldn't be very fruitful. I'm afraid, as what you wouldn't learn anything additional on top of what you've already got.
Yeah. Someone who visits Lucky Break at the library just sees his face inside him, face down on a desk. And he's just like, ugh. He's like, okay, I can. He's like, okay, cheer up, I can do this.
Invest in a stool. They're going to throw the nice books up there because remember, this is a unicorn library. Get one of the sliding things and look up top. As Claire comes by and sees one of the frustration moments. But they're going to put the valuable stuff where people won't think to look and no one ever looks up.
He's like, I can try. I'm short.
Yeah, she'd probably bring some stuff to at least a few herbs or whatever to keep him, so it's at least is distracted by it. At least has a nice aroma while he's looking through this and that, rather than the dusty old tomes.
He's like, I need to take a break and go check on my puppy anyway.
Okay, well, as I said, if you keep looking, good luck. I just came by to drop these off, and she'll head back. And continue what she's done with her working on things and tending to the plant. Because you said, oh, try to remember, where was you did have the day of this. Where was it? I think that's one of the things that got munched. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, that was one of the things that got munched on when the plant would be available.
I think it was. I think you just had to keep it just ticking over for a month, and then it was going to be okay, as far as I can recall.
Okay, because yeah, I had written down the time of that, but it got munched with one of Roll20 didn't want to save it. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to. I'll definitely make sure that so it'll be ready by the time they get back.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that actually works.
What works?
Took me a while.
Oh, that was a good. That's a good
Penguin.
one.
Check the Discord chat.
To found an empire, yeah.
Oh,
Let's see here.
how about that for
There we go.
Let's see. Let's read it. Hang on. No nonsense. Ooh,
Yeah.
what is gnosis mean?
It's old Greek for knowledge.
Yeah.
essentially.
Based. Okay. All right. Palace for the education in no nonsense, no.
I feel like you've been sitting there working on that for a minute.
Knowledge of spiritual mysteries.
Based. That is the name. That's the one. That's the one. Let's go with it.
But no one calls it that except for Penguin because
It's fancy enough to appeal and
Yes.
basic enough to. It's a Penguin's Academy.
I'm going to put that in the GM notes.
the Penguin Academy. And Penguin is an acronym. What's it an
Palace for
acronym
the
for?
education and no nonsense gnosis and the understanding of invocations for newcomers.
I love it.
And the 10-year-old foal is like, what?
It's Penguin.
It was
Yeah,
either Palace or Panacea.
The younger spellcasters probably have time pronouncing the word gnosis. Probably wondering what the hell, like, how this relates to gnomes in some way or whatever.
What does this have to do with gnomes?
That's what Penguin's saying.
All right.
I know that the I love making those like the those style names are so funny.
That one is just wow. That's a
Well done.
mouthful.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It's so fun. I love it.
One last thing that I was wondering. Is there someone that does masterwork transformation?
There probably would be. They are likely to be a somebody who is who works for the palace, basically.
I would request that I could get my weapon made into a masterwork one, if they have the availability.
The Queen will probably be able to ensure that happens. You would just have to pay for the masterwork component side of it.
Which I believe would be 300 for a weapon.
Yeah, 300 for weapon, yep. Or 50 for a tool.
Or 150 for armor.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm gonna get my masterwork chain shirt at another time. It's gonna be that one for the time being. Okay.
I'm just saving on my armor for a particular one.
Yeah, I was debating on whether doing that or...
Because I've already got masterwork weapons, so I'm... Oh, by the way, since we're already here, what are the 2 potions, the shirt, the daggers, and the other stuff? Real quick. Since we can have someone ID them.
Ah, yes. Ooh. So, oh no, when you go to the back of the book for all the stats. Of this.
Yep.
This was what you got in the fort, correct?
Yes. We also have a light wooden shield and armbands in red that were gem decorated, and armbands and wristbands that were decorated.
Okay.
In there.
That will pay out nicely.
So, your 3 potions are 2 potions of Cure Light Wounds and a potion of Invisibility. Oh no, sorry, he used his potion of Invisibility. Ignore that last one. So
yeah, we only got 2, so 2 Cure Light
2
Wounds.
potions of Cure Light Wounds, and the shirt will be a Quick Runner's shirt.
At some point, I'm gonna have to learn new formulas from like spell books and potions and such.
You'll probably be able to copy from
have a lot of
pings.
options at the moment.
Yeah, but I said you'll probably do really well being able to copy from pings.
Yeah, you can copy from wizard spellbooks. I can't just do the same to you.
Yep.
So, okay, and the daggers?
Do you need to know what's in my spellbook?
Daggers are just masterwork.
Okay.
Not at the moment. We'll do it next time we have some downtime.
Gotcha. And the lidded armor and the short bow.
Literally that.
Just, okay.
How
Okay.
valuable are the shields?
The shields.
The light wooden shield gem decorated.
Somebody is interested in that for 250 gold.
Okay. Is there anyone else that's fine? Anyone else? No one else wanted it, right?
Nope.
Okay, so I'll mark that as gone, and we'll probably okay. I'll mark that as that, and the red ruby armbands and wristbands.
I think they're 50 each, but I might be wrong.
They are worth 100 gold.
100 gold for okay. Okay. So that's fine, and the gems, the clothes with gems sewn in.
With all the gems in total, are 50 gold.
Okay, I will mark those down real quick. And probably get rid of that, so... Okay, so did anyone want the Masterwork daggers?
I think Penguin has one.
I should probably have a melee weapon I can actually use.
Okay, so I'll give you one of the Masterwork daggers. And did anyone else want one?
I
Yeah,
already have one.
I think Penguin. Where did you get yours?
That
it
was
not from
early
this
on.
one?
It was way before our last adventure. I've had that for
Oh, okay.
ages. I kind of forgot where I got it from at this point.
Okay, so
I mean, I could use it as a fallback weapon because at the moment I only have my scimitar, my elven.
do you want it or can I sell it? It's your call.
I mean, I
Everyone,
don't.
everyone should always have a dagger just in case you get swapped.
That's yeah. So I'm gonna keep
Okay.
it for the time being.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and mark those off. You can mark them on your sheet as needed.
Yep.
Okay, does anyone want the cure lights?
Scroll or
Cure light potions.
okay. I'm good with that then.
That'd be useful to have a cure light.
Those
Okay,
are just things that we should hold on to.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, who wanted them is what I'm saying. So we got one to Jamie, and then anyone else wanted one? Or
You, Claire.
I can heal myself as a full round.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm not really...
as a full round.
Yeah, as I said, it would be a...
It's important to keep you and Penguin up.
Okay, so one for me, one for then... Okay, that's fine. I'll mark that in my sheet. So,
Yeah,
one moment. Go ahead and save the
Penguin
changes.
has healing spells. Well, it's his Arcanist abilities to do things. He doesn't technically
Yeah, so
have
that's
healing
fine.
spells till next level, but
So I will mark that in my sheet as a Cure Light Wounds potion. That's fine.
the Cure Moderate Wounds thing in his book is because we found a scroll of that earlier, and so he just copied it in his book, but he can't actually use the spell yet because he doesn't have spell slots for it.
Okay.
Mecca, I
And done.
posted in if in case you needed to copy things from King's book, I posted that in the Tiffany Empire chat.
Okay, I need to look at what a Quick Runner shirt does.
As a swift, it gives you an additional movement and then ends your turn.
No. As a swift action, you can gain an extra movement.
And then ends your turn.
Would you say that'd be okay that I take, or would you? What do you like to have it?
I think you're probably the better one for that one.
Okay,
I don't think it
just wanted to be sure. Again, like nothing to give you at least you guys the option of choosing that. So
probably want to clean it first. It's
Yeah.
now.
as I said, Claire could. Yeah, very definitely clean that.
I know a good service for that.
She'd probably take you up on that once she got all the equivalent other crap off of it. Okay, I will mark that down.
That one. Out melee one? Is it out melee? Yes, it's my weapon finesse. Okay. So that's masterwork, that's masterwork, that has just become masterwork. Okay.
I must be thinking of another shirt that does similar things. Right. Mike, did you want to do the last fateful roll before you will head out to find out firsthand about the tribes?
Yeah, because Lucky Break does kind of want to know a little bit of something before we get there. Diplomacy helps a lot more when you actually know who you're talking to, rather than just the name. Oh, let me finish stretching. God damn.
Hey,
Body
trust in
feels
the
really
dice.
stiff. Oh, watch me roll a 5. Oh, hardy hard dice.
What was an 8?
What did you roll?
An 8. But technically, there was a 5 in it, so.
Well,
I think that might just barely push you just over the next little bit where I'm going to give you some information. Because the library's giving you some miscellaneous bonuses, but I'm not telling you what they are.
It's a good library.
Well, all libraries give you at least a certain type of bonus based on what type of content is in there and stuff. Okay, so you know some additional extras. So the Black Hooves prefer subtlety to warfare. They prize cunning, thieves, and the clan's legends and heroes include many tales of smart young tricksters outsmarting members of other clans, making off with all their cattle.
Mm-hmm.
That is the Black Hooves. The Red Rocks value strength and honor. They train in great deeds of strength, and few of the other clans can match them in raw power.
Lucky Break will think, these are very different clans.
The Stone Marchers are the closest to a democratic of any of the tribes, with communication and working together their highest values. When a large decision must be made, each family discusses within itself and makes a decision. And then the families come together and make a decision within the next set, and then the chief acts upon based on the decisions made by each individual set.
So it's a republic.
The Form Barbs, they value speed and precision. They boast of the speed of their runners and the agility of their scouts. The Bloody Ear clan values
Ferocity?
Yeah, and brave. No, is it ferocity? I think that says fierceness.
Ferocity would work here, yeah.
Yeah, and bravery. Many of their warriors are fierce barbarians who go berserk as they enter battle.
Interesting.
Oh, excuse me.
All right.
You should also get the name of the tribe leaders as well, which I think you've already got some. So the chieftain of the Black Hooves is Silent hunter.
Okay.
The chieftain of the Red Rock clan is Salty Ground.
Salted or salty?
Salty.
Okay.
The chieftain of the Stone Marches is Flint Tinker. No, sorry, Flint Thinker.
Flint.
Yep, I'm writing these down too.
Oh, you are writing them down? Okay.
I am writing them down as well. It doesn't hurt to write them down.
The Fawn Barbs, their chieftain is Fawn Rose. And the Bloodied Ear clan is listed as Whispers Louder. It does have a brackets after it. This has been known to change quite frequently.
Lucky Break will
So
say.
information may not be.
He will say, well, interesting that Red Rock and how the Red Rock and Black Hooves are really different in how they execute. This Lucky Break thinks is like, this wedding is very important. I mean, very important then. He's like, well, all weddings are important, but he's thinking on multi-tiers, multi-level thinking.
This is not a wedding. This is a meeting of the tribes. So this is a annual gathering.
Oh, so all the tribes are going to be there.
Yes.
Lucky Break thinks for a minute. He's like, this would be a very good opportunity to get these clans united. And if I can get... He's like, he thinks for a minute, he's like, I just wish I could get them united under a better or situation other than just warfare. He exhales a sigh.
Yak smash.
For some, yes.
He's like, but I guess it's as good a first step as any. Because if I can get them all together, then I could probably, with a little bit of work, I could probably get that side, and then I can have Turf's tribes, and then I can get the Turf tribes and the Taralos united, and I would be 2/3 of the way there. Actually, more like halfway there, because technically he considers the Gem Knolls part of it too, but he isn't going to say that out loud.
Is it for the Bloodied Ears? Is it just the name that changes frequently, or the chieftain?
That's what it's. You will have to interpret that as you wish.
I'm gonna ask Lucky how he would interpret that.
Lucky Break will say, "Well, could you describe their clan again and how they? Ferocity and bravery."
I will give you this
Shane.
snippet that I gave you. The Blooded Ears value ferocity and bravery. Many of their warriors are fierce barbarians who go berserk as they enter battle.
Lucky Break will, well, based on what I'm reading, it's rude to make assumptions. But
there's a but in there.
there is a big smelly but in there. He says, but I would make if I were to make an assumption, I would guess it would be because they change hands. The leadership would change hooves frequently, either through power struggle or through less savory reasons. Either through death or leadership challenges. Their clan structure is very seems like it would be the type of clan that would change hooves frequently over challenges in leadership rather than it would either be one considers the lead, one would question the leader's current thought process and would think they were better, so they would challenge for the leadership. And if not, and if that isn't the reason it changes hooves, it would be because the former died. But this is speculation.
They certainly sound unpleasant.
I can't say they're going to be my favorite.
If you were to ask Daffodil, she'd probably tell you they're her least favorite as well.
So long as you give them something to bash heads against, they'll be happy.
As long as it's not you.
He says, but they're all ponies, but they're still ponies, and I do want to unite I want to unite everybody, so, and everybody includes them.
If you're gonna have a party, you gotta invite everybody, even the ones you don't like.
So, but my first step, luckily, since this is a meeting between all the tribes, this will be I would probably be able to at least make significant progress to uniting that entire hat. I just wish that in uniting that entire portion of, actually, the land isn't called Everglow yet.
No, I don't think they would refer to it as Everglow. That's probably something which would have been brought about by the Empire.
Okay, so I'll just keep referring to it as land.
Alright.
No,
you'll probably find most would refer to it as the name of their kingdom, so it'll be referred to unite everybody under Talos.
If I can get everybody united under Talos, but it also requires me to get Taralos to equalize everybody, to have everybody equalized, and old prejudices. Well, talking is hard.
Real quickly, I just need to say I sketched up an example of what grown-up tiramisu would look like, just for reference.
Huh. That's pretty neat.
Cute!
Floofy.
Yeah, very floofy.
That's so cute. I do love Floofy.
And her cutie mark looks like a piece of tiramisu cake. There, okay, continue. I just needed to
She's
share.
gonna be a baker.
Yes. Well, yes, and Steel, she'd be a sorcerer, hence why she's a short hose with wings.
Oh. Oh yeah, what was the cake that I bought? And how much did it cost? Because I've got no idea about cakes. Well, Guiding has no idea about cakes.
Well, the ingredients would probably cost you for free, because depending on your living arrangement.
Yeah, probably, potentially. Random cake generator.
Oh my god, you're looking up a random cake generator.
Oh, course, there is a
Random
entire list
cake
of those.
generator.
Of course.
There's a
God,
random
I
generator for everything.
love the internet.
There's a random generator for everything.
I literally just said that.
I use fantasy name generator for pretty much naming everything.
All right, can we look up Mecha Quotes random generator?
Just look up one for mad science. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's just an adjective generator that has a number of things, such as
We need a wizard name generator.
just has preset words in there: unkempt, unprofessional, weird. That one pops it a lot. Oh, I like Mecha. It's funny.
Lucky Break will just say, well, let me arrange a puppy sitter.
Well, Duck is home. She can babysit the puppy.
Lucky Break would go over to the bakery after he finishes his research, since he knows that we're going to be leaving the next day.
Now,
Yep.
Question for Steel among all this.
Yeah.
This is going to be a diplomatic mission, right?
Correct.
Did they say how long it might be?
They are unsure, given that no one from Turbs has ever attended this event.
Okay.
So you're worried if your death might be at risk again?
Well, it's mainly like Pingwing is in full dad mode, and he's wondering. He would ask, would you expect this to take more than, say, 2-3 weeks?
Lucky Break will say, well, it depends on a couple different factors. I highly doubt this meeting between all the tribes is going to last that long.
They would expect possibly a week to 2 weeks at the most.
Okay. And then.
So probably not, but different diplomacy missions can last different amounts of time. Like I spent an entire season in
But Arcissus is a different matter entirely. It's a dozen plus bandits and other things. So this.
Yeah, Penguin just is making. He would make his concerns known. If it was gonna be longer than like 3 weeks, he'd bring Duck along with them.
Lucky Break would say, I mean, you could, but a lot of the Turbs tribes are. He basically gives a rundown of what he did.
Ah, shit.
Duck will be fine. We're not going that long. This is a group of people that probably want to just do something quick, be done with it, and go home to their respective areas.
Don't you dare say that with the DM in the room. Don't you dare say this.
I just did in character.
Oh dear.
It's like the Michael Scott. Just don't. yeah. There we go.
I found the perfect cake. The Rocky Road cake.
Oh.
I did, and I stand by my words. I'm not going to back down from them.
Oh dear. Anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
Penguin would give Duck many smooches, and being like, okay, I'm going to be gone for not too long, okay? And he gives little, like he leans down, and Tiramisu kind of does that thing. She likes booping, primarily because Duck and Lucky Break kind of turned her on to it. So he leans down, and Tiramisu boops Penguin's nose. And
Boop.
And he smiles. Yes, and you be strong, and you be the little baby of the house, okay? And he kind of like gives like a little claw rub of his head, or her head rather, and smiles, and the baby laughs because baby doesn't know what's going on, and he almost looks like he's gonna cry,
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
He gives Duck like a really, really big hug. Really big hug. Okay, I promise I'll be back soon, okay?
Okay. We'll be here.
And she gives him a smooch.
Smooch. And, you make sure that you come back safe, okay?
And she like blinks. I promise. Okay.
Lucky Break will show up shortly before.
And you will never see again.
No! You can't do this to me!
You brought it on yourself.
He was eaten by a bat.
With the puppy in his side bag, kind of just sticking out.
That's Twinkie, right?
Yeah.
By Rockworm.
Where's Twinkie again? Sorry.
It's basically sticking out of his side bag.
Is Twinkie coming with us?
No.
I don't think it's a good idea to have puppy.
Okay, I was wondering, like, because I just saw the side bag. So, he blinks. Oh, yes. Twinkie, will be, your guard dog, okay? Okay,
Arf, arf.
He's like, I hope it's not an imposition, Duck.
And she shakes her head.
No, not at all. Isn't that right, my little muffin?
And she, like, oops, Tiramisu's snout. And she looks at Twinkie with, like, big old eyes and just starts laughing because she likes Twinkie.
So Lucky Break will take the puppy out of his bag and set it down.
And Duck equivocally sets down little pony, who they just start kind of running around each other and playing.
Yay! Adorableness.
How old is Tiramisu at this point?
I was about to say the tiramisu is about a few days old.
Yeah. Well,
Tiramisu is a pony.
Well, yeah, like ponies
So-
literally just start like running on like day one, like.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
3 weeks and like 4 days.
Yeah, she'd definitely be walking. Like, I mean, not very good. Like, she's not flying. But she's like able to like kind of like stilt around on her legs, stilt. Just per the nature of 4-legged creatures. Usually,
Gotta get running quick before those predators get you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I heard cat shenanigans in the background.
Shenanigans.
Did I hear correctly, Steel?
What's that?
I heard cat shenanigans in the background.
There was just people making noise in the background.
Pingwing is kind of like twiddling his claws a little bit. He looks like he's super sad. Twiddle.
Lucky Break puts a hoof on Penguin's side. He's like, "Don't worry, we'll be back." Lucky Break knows better than to say what's the worst thing that happened. He's lived with Penguin, so he can't. Lucky Break knows better than to say that.
Penguin takes out a very small little block of wood that he's started carrying around with him. Oh, don't worry, I've got this now. And he knocks on it.
I almost forgot. Penguin, you were diseased. By the
yes.
ooh.
Oh yeah, we gotta roll for that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you probably should have gotten yourself checked out.
Yeah.
Because we knew that thing could happen.
Please practice social distancing.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
It's good he wasn't the one handling.
Here's a face mask. Here's some sanitizer. Here's some gloves. Please lock yourself in your room for the.
Okay, this is at plus 14 for the heal, not plus 17.
You've already given him the bonus because he's got.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if he has to make another separate roll, like, I could do the other roll as well.
You will be away from him for a few days. You won't be able to right away.
Yeah. Okay.
If he fails this roll, he has to rely on the kindness of, the help of the city. Here, this is what it is.
Yeah, you have a plus 4 to it at least.
Plus 4 to my roll.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just bringing up the creature so I can have a look at
And,
what on earth.
It was like a mold slime, I think it was.
Oh yeah. Okay. How many saves do you need? Okay, let's see. This may go horribly wrong, and we might have to retcon a load of stuff, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
What's the DC in the roll?
That I'm telling you. So roll me your fortitude save. We'll see if you hit the numbers.
God.
Does this include the +4?
Yes.
Ow!
So,
Ooh.
on the, it'll be on the next day after Tiramisu was born and stuff. You would start feeling a little bit rough. You take this much strength damage. 1 strength damage.
Nice.
You take 1 con damage,
Ooh.
and you are fatigued.
At least it's noticeable.
Yeah.
So Lucky Break would visit on that day. We'll say Lucky Break.
No,
visit.
you guys
we'll
are
attack you.
you guys are a few days away. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Pigwin.
right.
All of this is happening before you guys got back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
We're
I just
3 days
suddenly
away.
realised as I went to tell him to heal, when I looked at his eye, kind of went, "Oh, you're just still." So Pigwin, after feeling like this, what would you do?
Huh.
Probably go
What
see a
would
cleric.
Duck? How would Duck react?
Well, Duck is like currently preoccupied with baby. Penguin is just distancing himself a little bit with the sniffles. Oh, I'm there. I'm fine. I'm not moldy. I promise.
Not moldy, I promise.
Like.
Okay. So you go to a cleric, which is the sensible choice. They do tell you you're infected with something called fungal rot.
Yes, he knows this. I rolled my knowledges last time.
Yeah, they're telling you.
Oh, okay. They're still, yeah, okay, that's fair.
They don't care that you know. They're telling you anyway.
It's like going to
Well-
the doctor, like, doctor, I have a cold. Yes, you have a cold. Like, I knew this. Like,
Doctor, I have a cold. Yes.
Well, they confirm to you that you
Well, doctor, I have a cold. It would appear that you, sir, have a cold.
you have 2 choices. You can they can give you some simple health remedies and stuff like that, as they would any pony, or they can go for the more divine magics to attempt to remove this.
which would be how much?
This is currently what the GM is quickly checking.
Yeah, cure disease. You talking about like that spell?
It's remove disease.
Yeah.
So level 3.
Yep.
That level. That level. Okay, cool. Costs. Click this button. I've closed my cost bin. Bookmarks. RPG tools. Spells. Costs. It is a level 3 spell at 5 caster level. They would charge you to cast it. It costs 150 gold pieces, and they will cast it until you are cured.
Okay, I'll do
Hey.
it.
That's
That's not bad. Take it.
yeah, that's a steal because it's not just a one and done thing.
He just kind of says like, yes, but please just do it. I need to get home to the little one.
They will tell you once you have been cured, the fatigue and the weakness will not pass until you've rested, and it may take a day or 2, depending on how sick it's got.
It takes 3 days because he's also staying up every night.
Fair enough.
So you probably would have seen, guys, when you met Penguin, he probably would have had bags under his eyes and he looked a lot more tired. Okay, so remove disease, cast level plus the caster level. So they would get one of their low level people to come along and go, cast spells, whoa! He goes, oh, let me just go and go get one of our other ones. They will come along and go, and apparently he's better at it.
Clearly.
The second casting, the disease will be removed. You don't really feel any different, but it has been removed.
And he shows back up and just says, "Hey, Duck, I'm feeling a lot better and still not moldy." And she says,
Oh, that's good. Okay, I didn't think you were moldy in the first place, but now you've made me suspicious. And she's just.
Now you made me suspicious.
All right.
So by the time it's come out, you would be fine, and you probably need to heal yourself because you still only have 13 HP.
Yeah, he could do so. Oh, on the token thing, yeah. Bonk.
I forget, how long does it take for con
Ability
damage?
damage is 1 per day.
Oh, then yeah, you'd be perfectly fine by the time we set off.
Yeah. Once I get signature skill, I can start restoring ability damage.
All right. So we didn't suddenly have to go. Partway through the you guys are home. Penguin died. Oh no.
No.
How we doing?
Well,
No.
he has a lovely legacy. He has a kid. He has a school named after him. He's good.
He left a legacy behind. It's fine.
All right. So. You guys set out on your journey. Your journey takes you down out of the hills and then out onto the rolling plains that the turf ponies call their own. You probably will also have to cross a river as well.
Oh no.
Oh no, not another one.
No, the same one. Worse.
I feel like there's a story behind this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Piranhas everywhere.
Piranhas!
Lucky Break looks at the river, realizing that he is small yet again. Remembering that yet again he is small.
It doesn't force me to make you travel across the river, so I won't subject you to that. I also believe
even if we did, we have Zero this time, and we just have Zero wade through the river with us huddled on his back.
Yeah, that would
Also
work.
cross a couple times with us.
You're also crossing a slightly different place as well.
A place with less piranhas.
I think Gunter likes Claire de Lune.
Gunter gets along with pretty much everybody.
All right. So as you travel, you notice signs occasionally that ponies are watching you, but no pony interferes. The banner you are carrying must work, as you have heard tales of terrible fates befalling ponies who cross these lands without permission.
Yeah.
Daffodils
be-
would have mentioned, would
Yeah.
have told you as well that you would not be harmed as long as you fly that banner.
Yeah,
So,
it would be flying on Claire's lance, as she's has it held upward in a more resting position.
I'm just imagining everybody watching, like, occasionally through the forest, and, like, if you've ever seen that SpongeBob scene where he leads in, it's like, "This is a load of barnacles." Like,
I know the one you're talking about.
yeah. His anxiety level is currently at 4. We're at about a normal status right now. Yeah. There's only problems once we get above 7.
All right. After a few days' travel, you come over the top of a hill and see the most incredible sight: a tent city completely filling the small valley in front of you. The town at the center of the gathering is dwarfed by rows and rows of colossal tents spreading out in all directions. Earth ponies of all colors, ages, genders are running around, yelling, talking. The noise is deafening, and the smell of unwashed ponies is
Overpowering, yeah.
Oh dear.
I put one on one of those perfume face masks.
And I knew it was a good decision to make those.
Yeah. And can light a spare.
Bingman keeps his beak shut.
That is a
Oh
very
my
poor.
God.
That is not good, Cold.
Pingling, Pingling is like scooting away from everybody who's been giving him soap and things like that, like looking at them like, oh, it's not me. Like, I've washed my talons like 6 times. Stop giving me that look. I'm not gonna need an invisibility spell for them if you keep giving me this much soap. They're just going to fall off.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not here to create a biological attack. So yeah, this many ponies in close quarters.
No, this is an anti-biological attack. That's what this is.
All right, Claire, I think you're on the duty of teaching these ponies about soap. Okay, you seem like you're pretty good with that. I will.
There are many things I would love to educate them on, but now is not the time. As much as I might want to throttle them for the smells and scents.
Let's see. Lucky Break is looking at.
You're lucky I don't have a character right now, or I'd be slightly insulted.
Well, if you're bathed and washed in a moderate degree, sure, whatever.
As I'm looking over all of the different traits of the Turf tribes, Lucky Break swiftly realizes there is only one of the Turf tribes that he has any real.
Wait, I'm gonna have to do charisma stuff?
Appealing to, because only one of them is. Does Lucky Break have any of those traits?
Okay, so as hang on, no, 1 second, I've lost my place again.
Yep, no worries.
There is a particular tribe who is who is sending people out to talk to you, and I've got to find the bit so I remember what.
Honor, I guess.
Don't talk to
Honor, I
them.
guess.
You're outsiders.
You
Social
probably,
distancing.
well, you probably it's not too far off. Probably you will hear as you guys walk towards the tent city. You probably do hear whispers of things like outsiders or city folk amongst the Turfs tribes.
Also, probably, what the heck is that thing? Motioning to Zero.
That is also possible.
I'm just laughing at the fact that we have Mecha is going to have to talk to the speed folks. Claire's going to be talking to the more violent folks. And Lucky's going to be talking to the nice
these
folks.
lands, more or less. He's from these lands, not from any of the tribes, but he's been from this general direction.
So, the tent cities seem to be, as well as it's like strewn all over the place, it does appear to be broken up into tribes. Each tribe is flying their particular symbols of tent.
Mm-hmm.
So you would easily be able to work out whose tent city belongs to what clan.
Intense. This is a very intense situation.
It's intense. That circus fire? It was intense.
It's a panoply of fun.
Anyway.
So, which tribe are you going to first?
It would be... Claire would be delivering Lucky to probably one of the Red Rock or the Black Hoops, whichever one. I think he probably want to do the Red Rock, I imagine. That's the one who gave us. It was the Red Rock daughter was the one that gave us the invitation. Yes.
The daughter would be from the Black Hooves.
Okay, so whoever gave us the banner would be the first we go to, since they were the one to extend the invitation.
Yeah, Lucky Break would go to the ones that we gave us the banner. It would be
And
only
by the way,
for-
Matt, anyone pinging that sense?
I will if.
I always ask each session because it's
I
one
will
of those.
limit it to major NPCs at this point because there's hundreds of people.
Yeah, okay, that's
I
fine.
don't believe there are any infiltrators. At least it's not mentioned.
Yeah,
anyway.
again, like it's one of those things that it's easy to forget I have, but I just try to mention it as a reminder.
So, which one are you going to first?
If you said the Black Hoops was the one that gave us to that, that's who we would go to.
Black Hooves. I need to go to the place to get some information.
Yep. It's whoever gave us the banner and the invitation, because it would be only reasonable to not insult them by going to someone else first. Once we're free or whatever, then yeah.
We don't want to insult or assault them, so. I should say you.
All right. So
I could do that just fine without having to need to worry about anything. I just got to open my mouth.
So one of the first individuals you'll probably come across as you enter the Black Hooves tents would be Daffodils. They are a member of the Black Hooves.
Yeah, she was.
Lucky Break will say, "Oh, hello, Daffodil."
Oh, I see you came.
Of course.
Yes, you extended an invitation. It would be rude not to.
And the player is going to find materials real quick. The player should have already had open, but the player is not thinking about that. Sorry, thinking and scrolling doesn't happen at the same time.
I'll give you the description of Daffodils again. So Daffodil Bloom is an open earth pony with a bright yellow coat and green mane. She smiles and waves to you.
Yes. I think that was... Nope, that was that. No, that's not what I wanted to do.
Lucky Break will say, He's like, well, it's good to see that the tribes are at least getting along for now. At the moment.
Well... Okay. Apparently that's how my computer's going to be. It's going to hate me.
Hate you.
Dun dun! If player remembers correctly, this is like an annual gathering that they do.
Correct. So,
Yes.
despite their differences, they always do.
She would say yes, despite all of the tribe's differences. They do this. They do put their differences aside once a year. There we go.
Lucky Break will say,
Don't
"Oh,
you
that's
crash!
very-"
Time, damn it!
Lucky Break will say, "That's very interesting. I wish certain others did that too."
Not in our lifetime.
Otherwise his meetings over west would have been much smoother.
Are you saying this out loud?
No.
Okay. Otherwise, Daffodils is going to be very confused right now.
He will say, "So what?" He will ask, "Why do the tribes meet up like this?"
Hold on, player's refreshing memory.
Because
I'm
their
sorry, what?
differences are very, very vast from what I've looked up. I was able to glean.
This one's not in the book, but I'll tell you anyway. So Daffodils will be able to tell you that it stems from when Turves first brought the tribes to. They were no longer just nomads, but sort of united them together to a point. Yes, they basically joined into 5 large tribes, each tribe sort of representing a different aspect of what it is to be an earth pony, the idea of it. And it was the great Turvs who begun this gathering.
Interesting.
Yes.
How does Daffodils know?
What the GM says basically, because that was information that the player wasn't aware.
That's information the book doesn't give you.
Yeah.
Lucky Brick will say, So it seems that even with their differences, the tribes tend to get along fairly well, regardless.
To a degree.
Different viewpoint. It's like you and me, Lucky. Like, I'm never going to be the social butterfly you are.
I think some of them just enjoy the competition.
Competition?
Yes. The gathering consists of various different contests to test the abilities of each. My words are stumbling over each other right now. To test the abilities of each pony.
So Lucky Break realizes that he does not have very good ability. He's like, oh boy. He will say, well, I hope that we can be able to find good common ground.
As you guys are talking, you will see a Night Blessing coming over. Again, Night Blessing is a slim young earth pony built for stealth and speed rather than raw power. With a featureless jet black coat, even her brand of destiny is a crescent moon, barely showing.
I'm just going to sort of chuckle and just sort of offer the very simple, still as dapper as moonlight. Though she's speaking more out loud rather than to any one person, as she just notices.
Hello, and it seems Daffodils has found you all.
It was again week.
Hopefully, none of the tribes have caused you too much issues yet.
No, it's no more than any stranger would.
Yeah. Lucky Brick will say, it's a little bit... I've gotten used to it at this point. Outsiders tend... A lot of the tribes tend to... Outside of... A lot of places tend to be a little different for me. One different look is not much different than another.
Well, you'll probably find here that some of the tribes are a little bit more open to outsiders than others.
Yes, perhaps I should take you to meet my mother, as I'm sure she'd be pleased to meet all of you.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Well, she points towards a rather large, well, the largest sort of tent in the area, and goes, "Well, it's just over there. If you want to follow me, I'll take you all over."
Okay.
He will follow her. He's like, "We'll lead the way."
Claire just follows along, looking at the probably more towards like those that seem to be martially inclined.
You are not in the right place for that.
I know, but again, like she's still keeping an eye out.
So you enter the large tent. I think I have to say, go and visit certain tribes.
Guiding quickly packs up her stuff and follows.
I just picture every time they stop to have a conversation, Guiding Light just pulls out an easel, canvas, and painting tools and just starts painting. And then as soon as we get up and move, it all just magically disappears back into her saddlebags.
She does have a small easel and some canvas with her, but for the sketches she uses rice paper.
I figured as much. It was just the image in my head was funny.
So, as you enter in, you see before you a medium-sized mare with a shiny jet black coat and a reserved demeanor. She gazes at you silently and gestures for you to speak. Before you do, it looks like Night Blessing and her mother are almost identical to each other, other than their marks of destiny. I can't tell you what the mother's is. And so she gestures for you to speak.
Lucky Rick will say, greetings.
She nods.
Is it an older looking one or a younger look? About the same, like in terms of mirror imaging.
No, she's definitely older, given that.
Okay, I was just curious, like if this was one of those little subtle things of testing to see if you're aware enough. Because I just had the thought of potentially, like, basically you've been talking to the mother the whole time, and whether or not you could see this was the daughter that was miming.
You could definitely tell that she looks older and wiser.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was curious about. Like,
all right, somebody just asked me about the clothing situation with turfs. So think of, they are more like tribal wear. Think probably similar to probably Native Americans.
or you could look to the, depending on how cold it gets, the Mongols as well, which were leathers and other stuff like that.
It's cold in the plains, and they.
So yeah, it would be Native Americans then.
It would be more Native sort of Americans. It'd be that sort of like feathers in their hair, and that sort of thing. They tend to. There's a large number of them that will have tribal paintings on them as well. But clothing is light, rather than where you guys would be used to, where most ponies actually wear proper clothes.
Yeah.
Here, there's less clothes, more body paint.
Yep, that's fine.
Lucky Break would have prepared more appropriately.
Claire's just wearing a bit more towards the bodyguard's armor, though she does have her weapons on her. All the various weapons. So
it's not much. As Lucky Break, realizing that when he was doing it, it'd be that much different from his home. So
anyway, she obviously gestures for you to talk, and you were in the process of saying things. I do apologise for interrupting.
I actually don't remember what I was going to Break say.
You basically said your greetings. She nodded back to your greetings, and that's really where it was.
Claire's going to simply, basically very quietly, sort of nudge him and go, "The letter."
Lucky Break. Oh, yes.
And gifts as well. Do not forget.
Had no intention. He will pull the various things out of his bag.
Okay.
Amen.
So you pull stuff out of your bags.
He pulls out the letter. He's like, Here, He's like, I gotta figure out my words. Figuring out my words is hard.
Do you want me to simply say something?
No, I can figure it out.
Okay, fair enough.
Lucky Break will say, I have brought us a letter from the current queen,
Queen
the current
Regent.
king over in Taros.
You may read it.
He will
Unseal it, I imagine.
unseal it, yeah, and he'll read it off.
Okay, it'll basically read, greetings, Silent Hunter, the Black Hooves. I have sent you diplomats from our fair nation in hope that we may be able to draw ties closer to one another in difficult times that we each face with the Gemini that are beginning to run rampant over our land, yours as well. I feel that if we unite our strengths together, we will be able to overcome this menace that's plagued both our lands. I have sent some of my trusted diplomats to oversee any matters and to act at the behest of us. That's basically how it reads, Mike.
Lucky Break will, after he finishes reading it, he'll refurl it or offer it to her. She wants to read it over herself.
She will shake her head.
Then he would put it away.
She will sit there quietly for a moment before speaking, and she says she will go, I am grateful for your rescue of my daughter, and I do see the advantages that can be gained by an alliance against us. That's all she says to you. Is
He's like,
How much is she withholding?
you don't know how much he's with.
Okay, she's definitely playing. She has that kind of poker face, huh?
Yeah. You're dealing with the one tribe which is good at this.
Yeah, as I said, I was curious and all. Claire seems to have a little bit of a bit of a smile at something as she just sort of looks over the leader at things.
I'll try sense motive as well. Might as well. Worst case scenario, I roll
You're
lower.
dealing with the tribe that is really good at rogue things.
Yeah, I know,
essentially.
but I'm saying like this is the kind of thing like Claire just seems to sort of smile and nod as she just simply basically.
Oh my God, I might as well just leave at this point. You guys aren't going to let me do what my character.
I will also add. She does. You get the sense that she is very grateful at your assistance with her daughter. That much you are very sure about.
Yeah.
And she does, and you sense that she is very honest in the fact that she does see the advantages of a alliance against the Geminols.
Yeah. Claire is just at that point going to say you have a masterful. And she's just being very blunt again. Like Claire is not exactly the most is a particularly sort of blunt pony, but Claire just very simply compliments you have a masterful control of body language. It is a rare pleasure to see. Though, again, thank you for what you have shown and what you have said. Though, as I said, like if I can't lie with, unfortunately, I cannot lie with a flying Pegasus. So, if you wish to know more, I can speak on that if you wish to talk to the more tucky one and the more socially adept one, you're welcome to peruse my companion, our true diplomat's brain on things. He is a good one from the short legs are to the south of them, right?
Far north. They're technically
Oh,
not in. They're not in Turv's territory.
Okay,
Like I said, it's going in this general direction, but not like completely.
okay, that's what I was curious about. And she would say it's towards his people tend to live north of you and have much the same kind of family.
She does hold up her hoof. Go. I may see the advantages, but I am not ready to pledge our tribe's support to you.
I wouldn't be either. You're justifiably cautious.
Lucky Break will say that's reasonable. That's a reasonable. That
So,
is reasonable.
with a thought on that, what could we do to help prove our point? I'm not going to beat around the bush if I don't have to.
He's like, if there would be a way if there would be a way we can help smooth this along, it would be, I can offer anything within my own within mine or my group's power, if they're willing to help, if they are willing to help.
Well, she goes, well, there are many contests, and perhaps you can impress us on some of them, in some of these.
Lucky Break will say, I can try. Is like, it would also be ideal, at least for my perspective on things, if we could get the other tribes to unite under the same banner, at least to deal with a common enemy. Actually, I should actually roll for that, because Lucky Break referring to Knowles as an enemy is kind of a rough thing for him to say. But I don't think he's trying to. He's just trying not to tip his hand a bit. Yeah, it should be fine. He's not necessarily lying.
He's just
Saying something that's true, but he doesn't like saying it.
Yeah.
So
he's friend to pretty much most living things.
So he says, it's like, it sounds.
She will go, the best way you can attempt any of that would be to show that you are worthy of being.
Okay. Claire's going to take a moment to ask, Whispers Louder still the current one of the Bloody Deer?
No.
The Lucky Break would like, I assume as much. What would their current leader's name be? If I might.
Tongue Splitter.
Ah.
Lucky Break will say, lovely.
Tongue Splitter. And the stories say she's true to her name.
Huh. Must prefer an accent.
Lucky Break hesitantly says, interesting.
Well, at least they're refreshingly direct.
You could say that. They're also likely to be the most difficult to sway.
Yeah. Well, with matters, it's with most people ablaze. It's all about action. You just simply you come in, you do what you need to, and that's it. Like you either do, or you don't. I prefer simply doing myself, but as I said, I see the wisdom in letting those who have other specialties excel in their chosen fields. They will never be my field, but
Well, a lot of it is going to come down to how the different tribes feel toward outsiders such as yourself.
yeah, I said they again.
Well,
Xenophobia stops somewhere.
Lucky Break will say, well, to my best of my knowledge of the tribes, the names. Let's scroll up in the Discord again. I'll scroll down, I guess. I'll scroll, or I'm in the wrong Discord in general. That's why.
You've got the Black Coast, which you're visiting right now, the Red Rocks, the Stone Marchers, Thornbriar, and Bloody Deer.
Yes.
He's like, well, the Stone Marchers, in regards for me to convince for things, but he's like, my own skill set is lacking. For he looks over at a lot of the other he kind of looks out the tent and observes a lot of the other clans, and he's like, my talents lie out elsewhere, especially when it comes to Bloody Ear tribe. I'm not particularly fast. I'm not very fierce in the slightest. He's like, I'm not particularly stealthy, and he's like, and I'm definitely not strong. He
Well-
kind of exhales a sigh. He's like, I've got my own talents, but I'm not.
Well,
People aren't well known for being particularly
I would-
faster.
I would have my daughter escort you around and ensure you stay out of trouble. But she is going to be quite busy. I will at least recommend that Daffodils here will keep you company and ensure you do not overstep your well.
He's like, oh, that's something I can at least make sure I don't do.
Well, I suppose I will be there to reinforce it. As some of these tribes are a little bit more crude than others.
He's like, well, I guess it's probably better than we split the efforts then. Lucky Break exhales a sigh because he knows that some of them he's not even going to get an edgeways, because he's not even probably going to be on their radar. So he's like, well, I guess the first step would be getting the easiest one, I guess. If we can prove ourselves to all of them, then it would certainly make gaining allies easier.
Well, should you require any aid, I'm sure my daughter will be able to see to anything that you might need, or Daffodils here.
Daffodils would nod.
The simplest would be to a way in towards each potential tribe for us to attempt to peruse to have him work towards unity. He's got the right idea.
You'll probably be able to go and speak to Salty Ground now, as you did rescue his son while they were out on their quest. She says, and you can. There's a slight smirk on her on her lips as she says when she mentions out on their quest. So I'm sure he'll be more than welcome to meet with you. As for the others, you're likely better. You're
likely better. You sort of cut off there.
It's probably better that you wait for them to extend an invitation.
Very well.
But if you make a name for yourself, I would recommend looking at the games. Then you're more likely to have a invitation.
Okay.
Lucky Break will keep an eye on. We'll say very well. He's going to spin. I think I've been making it. I haven't been saying it expressly, but Lucky Break usually gives his usual the greeting and farewells that most Lashtada followers give.
Well, she will give you. She'll basically say, "May the light of the moon guide your path."
I just felt it's easier to not have to not say it every time.
That's fine. I have to think about what the moon princess.
What was the thing with the nightmares?
I cannot remember.
God,
Lucky Break will say his parting, and we'll make it like, well, then I suppose we should make our way over to the Red Frog clan's tent.
Just a short in between. Are there any guards around or other people waiting on this clan?
The guards are probably plainclothes ponies for all intents and purposes. You see them, but you don't.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of ponies around. You probably get the sense that there are some in the shadows that you can't see in the tents. But you being there has drawn a crowd, and there are a lot of people standing outside just watching in as well.
Oh, okay.
You have an audience.
Yay!
Guiding would have looked around during the conversation, would have taken in the construction of the tent, probably, and then would have looked at what people were wearing, would have gotten close to quite a few of them, getting into their personal space, looking at some trinkets that they're wearing. And if there's no adverse reaction, she would probably try to quietly chat up a couple of them.
What sort of thing would you be asking?
Where they're normally living, because she understands that this is a sort of meeting place. What their everyday life would be like. What they're doing for a living.
Just trying to get to know people?
Yeah.
At the moment, you ask those questions, you met with silence.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't catch that last bit.
Met with silence.
Oh, met with silence, okay. Well, that's not something she can change, so... She would ask them if they mind, her looking at some of the trinkets they're wearing and their clothing and stuff. She's just curious.
I mean, they probably wouldn't mention anything. But, I mean, if you try and reach out to touch them, they probably will stop you.
Oh no, she wouldn't try that. She would basically explain to them that she's a painter and she's interested in getting all the details right if she tries to paint someone from their culture and from their tribe in particular.
Yeah, I'm certain that if you went around trying to just randomly touch ponies, that even daffodils might stop you.
She's not that keen on that type of interaction herself, so no, she wouldn't do that. Yeah, that's what she would be doing.
Okay, I mean, again, at the moment, some will be basically silent. You probably find that some will probably be very sort of take a step back and go. And there might be the odd one that will be a little bit rude to you. One even sort of probably walk away going, you probably hear them say like weak city dweller.
Interesting. Guiding
Daffodils
will
would kind of
remember that.
Daffodils would kind of chuckle as she'd see this and be like, yeah, some are a little bit more friendly than others toward outsiders.
But you would, those are the negative aspects. You would get some that would let you look, and there would even be those that would come over and see what you're doing with interest. But you are getting a lot of pushback. I mean, you've only just walked in, so
You just got here and it's like, hi, can I look at your stuff? No.
You might actually have brought the painting from the Sun Cats, just to show what it is that she's doing.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
What size did I make that?
Probably small enough to where it can fit in your saddlebags.
That's the question, if I made it that small.
You probably did because we were on the road, so.
Oh well, the sketch I made on the road, but the painting I made at home, like everybody else, like every other painting. But it's it's medium.
Yeah, so essentially she sketches it when she's out, and then when she gets home, she actually does a lot more detail work and turns it into a larger painting. Rather than pulling out an easel and canvas about the size of China every time she goes anywhere.
She has a couple of smaller canvases.
Canvases. I think canvas or yeah.
With her, but not.
I think it's just canvas. I think canvas is singular and plural. I have 2 canvas. I have 1 canvas.
Okay. Yeah, she normally doesn't take the medium or larger sizes, but I think for demonstration purposes, this would probably be a good choice.
Canvases is plural.
Oh,
it is? All right.
Well, seeing matters more or less finished, Claire's going to make her way over again with the armor and everything else, and sort of go to tap guiding on the shoulder. You can showcase the beauty of these. Fine, you can showcase these folks in the various lights in a little bit. We've got a few more people to talk to.
Sure.
Daffodils will be like, yes, let me show you over there.
More subjects.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, is Claire sort of looking around? Is she getting different looks than other people?
no, not really.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's sort of getting sort of very similar looks at this point.
I mean, you're all outsiders as far as they're concerned, no matter what you look like.
I was curious if it was about the fact of, like, it was just the tribal things because of Pegasus to Earthbound, or is it more the outsiders?
Yeah, you got it.
That's what I was trying to get the read on. Was
outsiders are outsiders. Wings, horns, or none of the above. They're an outsider.
It feels like being back in Narcissus. Just with less hanging, lynching, and bandits.
Well, don't get your hopes up yet.
Well, it's nice to know that no matter where you go, some things remain the same.
Okay, so you met them, and that. So I have a thing I have to keep track of to work out how well you're doing with score.
Yes.
I missed the name of the clan had previously. Can you?
The
one you were Visiting Black Hooves.
Black Hooves.
Yes.
What's her name?
Oh, what's her name? Sorry.
Yes.
It's something.
Silent Hunter.
Ooh. Oh right, yeah, we had that list before. Yeah, it's
Yes.
fine.
Yep.
I think it's somewhere in one of the chats.
Matt has a pin.
I have it in my doc as well. If I scroll up a bit, so yeah, could have used that.
And then she said that, or she told you that you should have no trouble talking with the leader of the Red Rock.
Hmm.
But anyone else, you might want to wait,
Yeah.
gain a little bit more popularity.
He's named after a submarine game. Okay. All right. Where to next?
The Red Rock.
Was there any indication when we walked through the tent gathering of different clothing for different clans?
The clothing wise, no, there's not too much difference in how they're dressed and stuff. It's more about markings, body that really is the difference, as well as obviously the flags and stuff around the tents that you're at.
Nice. Okay.
Well, whenever you are ready, Daffodils would lead you to the Red Rock clan.
Yep. And we can see
Lucky
Salty
Break
Ground.
has been ready. He's just been waiting for everyone else.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
I think the GM's still making notes.
No, I'm good. So you are heading to the Red Rock clan.
Yes, they are.
Come over here. Alright, the Red Rocks are the Strength and Honor. So as you go in, it appears that a number of the tribe ponies and stuff like that are wrestling, fighting. There's quite a bit of that going on. Even the young kids seem to be sort of doing that sort of aspect.
Claire's seeing a lot of the more physical activity, has a bit of a smile on her face. It's like, as she's sort of looking into each of them a bit more interested in some of the matters. Like, that I could get behind. Nothing like a good old-fashioned tussle.
With you guys entering in, are stopped at the gates this. One of them will look to you, Daffodils, and goes, "Why are you bringing them there? Bringing them here, Daffodils? They're outsiders, city folk."
They wish an audience with the chieftain. Salty Ground.
Wait here. We will see what he says. Who are these outsiders? He will ask you before he turns.
Yes. They would. She would. Words, English. She would say they are the ones that rescued the chieftain's son as well as myself.
Dawn Rising.
Yeah.
He will give a nod, and they will head again to larger tents. They're gone for a few minutes before they return, and
Walk in. There's a very clear guard for Lucky Break here.
Yeah, Lucky Break will nod and go inside. I would say he would try his best to look strong, but that's not going to happen due to the fact that he is not only does he have a strength of 8, he also is small.
Okay, so
Amazing.
you guys, as you guys are taken over to the large tent.
Towering 2'6".
Yeah. You will see. Langsong, who was also one of the other ponies you rescued.
Yeah. You mean Lark Song?
Larksong, yeah.
Lark Song. There you go.
This young pony is not physically imposing, but he has a real sense of presence and a very musical voice that makes people want to listen. He dresses in flamboyant and colourful garments, while a flute hangs by his mouth, ready to be played. That's his little description, and he will actually come and join you as you head over, chatting with you, Daffy.
Yeah,
just mainly about
Claire would
the
at least
quest, your friends, and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Claire would just sort of smile and sort of again would actually sort of chat with him. Again, she'd be not really icy in a sense, but she's again like at least willing to sort of let down the guard a little bit, but she's still got her duty to perform with Lucky Break here, as she just sort of seems to sort of offers before though. It's a shame the tree that I was able to harvest from the Forest of Dreams to the south wasn't ready. It would have made a lovely gift for the various people here.
Yeah, Lucky Break will say, yeah, he kind of is nervous around all of these ponies that are much stronger than him.
Relax. I'll make sure nothing happens to you.
He goes, well, this is definitely a first. Outsiders coming to a gathering such as this. I will definitely have to compose a song of such events. As I think such a thing deserves a few lyrical words.
Look to Guiding. She has a good way with it. Or this little one right here. Both are adept little wordsmiths.
Well, perhaps once you've the evening rolls around, we will get together and share a few tales.
That would
I'm sure they'd love that.
Lucky Break's like, yes, that would be great. As he tries to compose himself to hide his. He's not super nervous. There's a different clan that's reserved for. In which case, he's going to turn into a penguin.
All right. So, as you guys enter in to the large tent, you will see an ancient earth pony sitting beside the fire. His coat is molted with silver hairs, and you see wisdom in his eyes as he gestures for you to join.
Claire will assist everyone to sit properly before sitting on matters herself. And we'll again look to him in the eyes, but again, she does have at least a little bit of deference for the older Earth pony in regards to the fact he seems to be so. As I said, it's not easy for Earth ponies as they get older.
Lucky Break will sit down and follow the instructions Claire mentions. We'll say, and we'll give his greetings. Realizing his greetings aren't exactly the most intimidating words imaginable, but they are what they are.
Yeah, Claire's going to sort of look him over to see about like his not really the wounds as much, but how age and other things have been treating him. If he looks hale.
I mean, he's definitely old. He's nowhere near a proud, mighty warrior that you might expect.
No, but there are other ways in which one can fight.
Yeah. But I mean, with him sat by the fire, it's a bit hard to see how he would be. You would need to observe him move and that sort of thing to get a better idea.
Yeah, as she's doing that basically, as she is listening, but she's also looking him over health-wise.
I mean, as far as you better tell, he seems healthy. As healthy as one would expect living out in the wilderness.
As I said, you can get relatively quality food, so it's just a matter of older wounds that might not have set well.
Where was it?
Would you mind if I were to sketch him?
Wait.
Are you asking him? That'd be the question.
If she asks, like, Claire will say, wait.
Okay. she would be asking that out loud, yes.
Can I sketch you right? Okay. He looks over you all and finally goes, so you were the ones that saved him from the gem gnolls there?
Yes, sir. He was held with 3
Lucky
others.
Break would nod.
What are you about to say there?
I was saying that he was held with 3 others.
I am aware. So, I will thank you for your assistance with saving my son. But at this point, that is the thanks that I will offer you.
Claire just seems to have a knowing nod. One could have hoped, but it is to be expected. We are not your people, and I've had much the same reaction leaving my home for another. So I'll say it simply. My little friend here has an offer, but given your neutral reaction and guarded one, not understandably, not wrong in the slightest, what might we do to show our actions as well as integrity?
What you want to show your action? What are you hoping to achieve? It was nice that my son and his mare friend decided to invite you along, helping them. But it appears you have ulterior.
Ulterior motives.
Yes.
We came here to, again, we know very little of any of the people here. And very simply, we do, to our understanding, and if it is wrong, you're more than free to correct us, share a common threat against the Diamond Dogs. Or Gem Gnolls. Yeah, sorry, it's Gem Gnolls.
Fine.
And all we are seeking to do is prove that we are simply worthy of trust. She is looking him in the eye and being like open about it. She's again, she being respectful in how she's speaking to him, and again, not hiding anything. The little one here, my friend here, has a more wordedly written letter in regards to the matter, but such is your choice in this matter. I can only see him safe and hope when he does speak, the words and his intentions and earnesty reach you. I'm just here to see him and them safe.
He will turn his head towards Fizzle at this point. Not Fizzle.
Oh, we're all getting confluxed.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah, he will turn his head to Lucky Break at this moment. It seems you are the one to do the talking. Yet you have said little.
Lucky Break will say, he's like, he's like, while I am very decent with my words, but the different tribes of this region have different things that they respect above all other things, he says. And in order to abide by those wishes, I don't want to I just hope not to embarrass myself. He's like, for I am not particularly, as it can be surmised, I am not particularly strong in most regards, but he's like, but I do have my own. Well, he gives a small summary of what he was asked here to do, and he's like, he then begins, he says, but at the same time, while I do wish to unite, I do want to follow the instructions I have given and gain and see if we can gain your aid in assisting with the Gemnolls. I also wish to bring all of the lands together in their own instead of being just separate things, since we are all ponies, even if we are all different in our own ways. But I understand if these are traits that you don't necessarily as look toward.
I will be careful where you speak those words, as you speak of things that many will act hostile towards. As each of us pride ourselves in the way we live and our strengths. And speaking of them, us united under one banner, I do not see that. And if you want to prove anything, then you first of all need to prove that living in a city does not breed weakness. If you can prove that, then maybe your words will carry more weight.
I mean, even the traits that they find that the city breeds as weakness are normal things for his tribe. So he's like, I will certainly do my best. Or he's like, even if it is simply thing that is important goal in my life, but these are things that I recognize may not be done just simply overnight. While my dream is lofty, I am not foolish.
Well, return. I will invite you back if I feel you have proven yourselves. I see you already have a member of the Black Hooves with you, who obviously will offer a point of view from their eyes. But I'm sure we can offer our own to guide you, should you also not be led too astray. And
we will gladly listen to
he
such
will
words.
he will say that Larksong will also accompany you around, ensuring that you do not get lost, as he is one of the best individuals to know of the history of all the clans here. He would be able to answer any of your inquiries.
In song, of course. Guiding light is
In
getting restless.
song!
Thank you for your time, Elder. If there is no further need for us to be here, may we depart?
Can I ask him again?
He gives a nod.
Mhm.
Oh, come on.
There's a reason for this.
Daffodils would kind of notice Guiding's restlessness and kind of whisper to her, "There will come a time."
Okay.
Then
Alright.
Lucky Break will give his partings.
So yeah, I mean,
Oh no.
I'm
Hey!
like
The mecha's alive.
sorry, I was kind of out of it.
No, that's
No
fine.
worries. I just love the, I
In
heard
the
that look of
meeting,
oh
Mecha
no
would
was
probably
good.
wandered off and started zooming around on Zero.
You probably would have been kept together just for the initial greeting.
She would have wanted to go out and zoom around on Zero while you guys were talking.
Fair enough. You would have made a point of going, wee! You're across the place. Gotcha. With that meeting concluded, I'm assuming, unless anybody final.
Yeah, with the one that has all the knowledge, Claire's going to sort of motion to Guiding with like, this is the one you want to talk to.
Okay. Yeah, he's more than happy to answer any questions as you've got. As he is the fountain of all knowledge, pretty much for what you need to know.
What do I have to do to get to paint the Elder?
He will say probably earn his respect.
How?
Well, he will go, well, you prove that you are strong with honor. That will probably be your best way, as the Red Rocks value strength and honor over everything.
Guiding light gives him a sideways look. I'm not particularly strong. How can I prove that I'm honorable?
Well, I mean, you are here representing your tribe, are you not?
Kinda.
We are we are representing everyone that is separate but together. Yes.
So you're not representing tribes.
I'm free to I have the gumption to represent unicorns.
Well, think she's going to look to him like, think about your 5 tribes here. Each of them espouses something different. The realms of Talaros. There are many different tribes of individuals. Each are little aspects, and we have fought together and come together to represent them all in different ways and different mannerisms. Where she is of those who create would be the. Does he have anything that looks like it's very, very well made? That's something that a craftsman would make.
Craftsman without a forge or anything else like that. He's wearing crafted stuff, but probably nowhere to the degree you would expect back in your city.
Yeah, there are those among you who create, who weave, who make the weapons, and there are others and all. She would be one to represent and to show, and one to, since again our kingdom knows so little, and we've sought to rectify this. One to show what your crafters and others have brought to your people in prosperity.
To be honest, he looks at you with a little bit of confusion with that. So your crafters are of a different tribe to the rest of you?
As best I can offer to explain it, yes. There are those who fight, there are warriors, there are those who craft, and there are those who provide for the tribes as a whole. Each one can be considered one of a different factions within the kingdom.
Daffodils would kind of pop in and be like, I think what he's trying to explain. I think what she's trying to explain is that they're here to represent those that we consider outsiders.
From the realm of Talaros, yes.
Yes.
There are many different types of tribes within our borders, and we are trying to, as best we can, represent them all with the strength that we can.
He then says, well, I recommend you keep it simple. If you're here to represent Talos, you are representing Talos. If you start talking about individual tribes, then you are likely to start muddying the water. As he looks over you, you are obviously all dressed differently, but if you are starting to represent different parts of your tribe, you will be treated as individuals rather than one.
Okay.
We are all Knights of Tarolos.
Yes. So maybe, as Larksong said, keep it simple.
Yeah.
It's going to be easier for the people here to understand if you keep it a little bit more simplistic rather than trying to break it down into the, various different aspects of your society.
Clara takes a moment to look around and goes, "Where's Mecca?"
Hovering around you. Like, I heard someone say I'm gonna race someone, and I'm pretty interested in doing that. Like, gunning Zero and going.
Daffodils would be like, "Who's Mac?"
The unicorn up there.
Oh, that one.
Is that thing alive?
Really not. It is not alive.
Then it would not be able to race. If you wish to compete, then you would have to use your own hooves.
Yes.
Well, that's not as fun.
He very much gives you an odd look.
I mean, I'm not that. I built Zero so it can run really fast. It runs really fast.
Suppose in a way it shows your skill, but
Yeah, kind of interesting.
Shows-
You can build stuff to do other stuff. And it's still what I can do. Like, I don't think any of you could build something like Zero.
I certainly couldn't.
That's the way I get to it.
Certainly a strange one.
Yes, but Mecha grows on you. He was very willing to do something with me in a very hostile and dangerous land to the south of us. So I respect her courage and tenacity.
Langston goes, well, we probably should find somewhere for you to sleep for the time you plan to be here, as where you plan to rest your heads will play an important part of how people will judge you. It's unlikely that anyone will stay upon their inside.
You're breaking up pretty bad there, Matt.
Okay. Any better now?
Not really.
Yeah.
How about?
You're still static.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate.
Basically, we got where you sleep is where people are going to judge you by. Though we only have 2 people we can technically stay with.
Yeah.
Well, I would say you more have 1 people you can technically stay with.
I would probably recommend you stay with no one.
That's what I was just about to ask.
Yeah.
What would Laksong recommend? Staying with the Black Hoofs or staying by ourselves?
Daffodils would probably suggest staying by yourselves might be your best bet.
Unless you're invited in, then that will probably be suitable. Come, let us find somewhere for you to pitch your tribe.
Yes.
Lucky Break will nod. Lucky Break will look around and saying, "This will definitely have my work cut out for me."
Oh yeah.
Do you say that out loud?
He kind of says it to himself under his breath.
I'm going to sidle up to Claire and I'm going to quietly ask her a question. Did we bring a tent?
Yes, I have a tent.
Yeah, I got the stuff.
Do we have something large like their clan tents?
Are you talking about the massive panoply? No, but we have one that is suitable for a procession amongst ourselves very easily.
I'm sure whatever suits you best will work just fine.
All right.
Just make sure you keep that banner,
Mm-hmm.
just in case.
Do we have a banner of terror loss, or how do the tribes, the other tribes, differentiate between where they are pitching their tents and the next tribe?
Well, I mean, the tribes are sort of they're in clumps, so there'll be like an area where it's the Black Hooves, then there's an area where it's the Red Rocks, and they sort of conjugate around their particular flags. I mean,
Yeah, it's basically like 5 separate little large chunks with little spaces between to, like, if they're near to them, or disaligned if they're distant, I'd imagine.
So there is space between the tribes, and they have a central flag that they basically already around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, at the center of it is the village of Turbs, technically speaking, which consists of like about 4 buildings.
They have permanent buildings here. Okay.
I mean, it's only like 4 of them, but yes, there is some considered permanent buildings. I mean, they are constructed out of natural materials. It's not like built out like what you would expect a wooden house to be or a stone house.
Yeah.
It is more like a larger tent, but more of a permanent one.
Oh, so not like mud wall and
Adobe.
No.
It's more of just a very large tent that's not really meant to be moved around very much.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the more nomadic tribes that have a central point where they've gone back to, which is normally like a shrine or something like that. I can't remember.
No, like Adobe is a natural mixture of mud. It's basically mud, sticks, and a lot of other things, and it's pretty durable. Like, I've actually helped make a house with one, and
I know what. Well, I don't think there is a culture that really did that.
Yeah.
Because nomads tended to be
it's called mud brick. Is another name for Adobe.
spiritualists.
Yeah.
So they worshipped like nature and spirits.
Fair enough. No, that's all right. Okay, so I haven't really got a life sort of example then, but it's a sort of it's a permanent structure, but it's more tent-like than it is a building-like.
So we're talking like the Eastern Native Americans. They built like large communal houses that were basically made like tents, but not quite.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask Larksong whose tribe they belong to?
He's the Red Rock.
No, not he. The tents, the permanent
Oh.
house.
They're everyone's. They are probably the only thing that we share. It's left over from when Turvs kind of united the tribes. It was probably one of the only times when we saw ourselves as one.
What fractured? Like, because you have, as I'm seeing, like different strengths, different tenets, and they all have their values. And to some,
before then, we lived in more family groups, isolated from each other. Because the Great Turvs were actually us together, and through that's when our and the beginnings of hello.
you're here.
The beginnings of what?
As the beginnings of the tribal laws were.
And he's
The
gone.
beginning of the tribal laws.
The beginning of the tribal laws were founded.
Okay.
It like has this annoying tendency to drop out at right at the key point that you're trying to make with what you're saying.
Yeah, I saw. I could see it disappear.
It's
Yeah, we should just do it there. So it's basically he's trying to say that Turvs was the person who begun the tribes coming together and the tribal laws that hold them together and unite them still. They obviously are separate, but there's a tribal law they all share and follow, or tribal traditions, so to speak.
You know what I might suggest doing, Matt? I don't think it's your connection that's the problem. I think it's Discord's auto mute function. That's what it sounds like. Discord by default mutes you when you're not talking, but you can adjust the sensitivity in the setting. I've had to turn that down a bit. It'll do that to me.
I didn't realize that. Well,
but that's something you could probably do to fix that.
Well,
frick is that?
What we'll probably do anyway is
like if we could get the laws and all so that we can respect them.
Yes.
Would probably be the best thing. First of all,
Well,
most of those, unless you plan to start attacking anyone, you will be fine, as the laws can be complicated, as they can delve into how the stealing of cattle between one tribe to another is overseen, how battles should be fought, and how disagreements between tribes should be I just do what you expect to be sensible, and don't attempt to cheat if you take part in any of the games competitions.
Okay, very cool. Well, no. Because he has to begin.
And of course, you have me there to ensure that you don't step out of bounds.
Yes. If anything does come up, we will interject.
Okay.
What we'll probably do, guys, we'll probably pause here as you guys set up, and I will start next session off where they go more in depth for you and start explaining various things.
Yeah, if you could just
Try to
like, write that, either put that like down physically so we can have something to look forward to or decide like how we want to do things, rather than just trying to fly by the seat of our pants.
Yeah, basically. And he's going to go into details about that side of it. That's what we'll start off next session. So it's sort of fresh in our minds. Tell you what sort of competitions you might be able to earn I want to say reputation, but that's I don't know if that's the word. Respect.
I would say respect would be a better word.
Yeah, and the respect of the tribes.
Can outsiders get a tour of the permanent buildings?
Yeah, they can definitely do that for you.
Of course.
I'd love to get that. And
I'm supposing you would like to sketch them too.
I hope that Lucky Break was taking notes with what is going on with the tribes and their history. Because if it comes to the point where he has to like give a speech to rally them, we already got quite a few hints that he could use.
I got a good diplomacy.
Well, it's more of how you're gonna phrase it and what you want to include.
Yeah, because you're the diplomancer this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll have to be something I'll have to like formulate on my own time as well. So I overheard all of it, but it'll have to be recorded separately. I don't have a really good place to record it myself.
Well, it's more about writing it down and taking notes about what we might use in that kind of speech. Luckily, we have a recording, so we can watch it back.
Yep.
Probably will do that. Probably will have to do that. Oh boy.
I'd love to know what kind of competitions they're having.
Oh
no, you will find that out next session.
Yes, there's a whole list of it, and basically the competitions are where you're going to earn your brownie points.
Oh yeah.
And if the dice don't screw us.
Yeah, it is going to be. There are some which are dice roll related. There are some which are not. So
some are pure.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying some of them are pure skills, some of them are dice roll. It really depends on what you choose.
And some of them are as simple as you coming up with something. Basically, put it this way: you can earn points from. You can earn miscellaneous points from just outside behaviour and just on how you react, being around people, and the little extra stuff you do. But there's also the competitions. I will go through them next time and explain them in as much or as little detail as you guys.
Yeah, like that's why Claire was trying to be rather than having guiding, sort of start with things like it's the their ways is the precedent here, not anything we might want. It was that kind. That's why she was doing the weight with things. It was because, like, we need to be respectful of their choices, and even if it is pretty or something that you want to create a lasting memory of.
Yeah,
it needs to. If we need to, basically have the implicit okay first before we try it. If you have to ask, it's a no kind of deal.
But we will discuss all of that in more detail next time, as we are reaching our stopping anyway. And
I don't think I would ask. I would paint any of them without asking first, regardless of.
I know, but I'm saying like if you have to ask.
Well, I always have to ask.
I know, but I'm saying like it's.
That's the point. I always have to ask.
Well, at the moment, I would say it's a mute point until we find out more next week.
All right.
Yes.
Mhm.
I would also like to point out that my cat is adorable. He's hiding.
Well, cats tend to be.
So
This is
what
all
he's
cats.
so I have the curtain fixed. So his cat now towers near the window because he likes the window. And I have the curtain fixed so that he can jump in and out of the window pretty easily from his cat tower. What he's done is he's curled up at the top of the cat tower and he's literally pulled the curtain back around to hide him.
That's adorable. That is adorable. You
was
are
like,
correct.
where did he go? Oh, he's pulled a curtain around himself.
It's like, I must do a hide.
That's his spot. When he can't have the chair, that's his spot.
Oh. This is going to be interesting.
Yes, it is. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that I still screw us.
It's been a while since I've had to write any dedicated speeches or anything, because I did that with Water Spice.
You probably won't have to do any massive speeches, as for the TERVs, actions speak louder than words. That much I can tell you already.
You probably kind of got that from your research too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is Lucky Break, majority of those actions Lucky Break is bad at.
I mean,
Well,
you are a tribe, so you will enter these competitions as a tribe. So you may not be the strongest, but I'm pretty sure Claire will have you covered on that one.
Yeah.
yes.
That's
So
Claire's not the most acrobatic. That goes to guiding.
Everything you do is going to be viewed as the tribe as a whole. So whether it's you or Claire,
Yeah, that's what I picked. That's why I was saying
whether it doesn't matter who it is in the group, every action each of you make is going to represent the whole.
Yeah, that's why I was like with the thing with matters, just to very discreetly go, just to wait, because I picked up on that like immediately, like
Yeah. I knew that.
Lucky Break probably would have too, but I didn't think about it.
And of course, there's other ways to earn respect in this other than just raw strength or raw speed and stuff like that. So there are definitely other ways to show your strengths outside of I can lift
Lucky is
3,000 pounds.
Lucky's good at making music and writing songs and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
That is a thing he is good at. He's also good at talking to people. I mean, there is one tribe that likes that, so there is not.
All right. It was interesting.
There's plenty more to be interested with.
What I wanted to ask are the clan tents, are they different between the?
No.
Visibly different between the.
No, the tents and the designs are very much the same. There's actually a picture I can share with you, which kind of gives a view of their tent. I mean, it's not the most like super awesome one, but it sort of obviously gives you the representation. Here we go.
Now, if this is where we're going to stop, I'm probably going to head off. I want to get this done today.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I do. There we go.
It definitely was
you
fun.
share it in roll 20, I take it, rather than the.
Probably
I don't
should.
see it anywhere. Oh, there's
Nope.
Oh, okay.
right.
Oh joy!
Yeah. As for the permanent building, this is what I was thinking of,
Yeah, probably, to be honest.
which is a Native American longhouse.
I would imagine that's fairly close.
Built with either skins or not weeds. What are they called? What are they called?
I'm not sure.
What are you trying to find the alternate word for?
Not wheat. What are the
Straw.
Thank you,
Thatch.
yes. Thatch and straw. Yes.
Looking for words.
I just.
That's-
I think it's good that we stop here.
Yeah. I clearly was struggling as well. I mean, I'm okay with just saying stuff, but when I've got to read stuff, my brain starts turning into jelly.
yeah,
When
thatch.
I have, I tend to struggle when I have to put myself in character, and then try to talk and think like the character would, and then I just trip over myself.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing with Lucky Break today.
Yeah, no, I just said like I had Claire as like someone that was I thought was relatively on point for things. Just, but again, like that was.
I'm just going to jump off, guys, because I need to go to the loo. So
Yep.
I wish you good night, and I'll catch you next.
I'm gonna jump off as well. I'll see everybody when I see
Yep.
you.